Cowboys trying to break a 3-game losing streak.
Let me throw this one in. Well, after this play. 3rd and 2, make the first,
and it's
get in
over.
the victory formation, the Landry shift, and get on the airplane.
Here we go. 3rd and 2, Tolbert motion, right handoff, Lipke up the middle. No, he's right on the line. He's straddling the line. Oh, my gracious. Clock is still running at 43, 42.
We may get the new Hawkeye measurement.
Yeah, we might.
That is
it's 4th down. Okay, what's your call?
4th down and about 6 inches or a foot. I just go for it.
Okay.
End it.
27 seconds. Well, if Schottenheimer went for the one that was the big play in the game on the 4th and 2 at the 45 before.
Yeah, and even if they don't make it, Washington gets the ball back with about 8 seconds or thereabouts.
Okay, this is to put the game away. 4th and 1 at the Washington 33. It's a quarterback keeper by Prescott. That is a tush push, and that's a 1st down.
And
everybody, it's a Dak push, and the Cowboys are going to win on Christmas. And the bench is empty because no more time on the clock, no more timeouts. If you like your coaching decisions gutsy, then you better give a virtual Christmas hug to Brian Schottenheimer, who was 4 out of 4 or 5 out of 5?
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5
on
4th down.
6 out of 6. He was 5 out of 5 at one point. 6 out of 6.
6 out of 6 on 4th down.
And you know the Cowboys had 20 third down attempts today.
How many 3rd downs did they convert?
8.
That's
8 of
terrible.
20 on 3rd. Yeah, just get to 4th down. But that is crazy. They had 26 attempts at 3rd or 4th down for 1st down. And they made all 6 when they were 4th down. They were 8 of 20 on 3rd down. I mean, that's got to be some type of record. I don't know what it is, but it's got to be some type of record.
Well, you hear coaches talk a lot about situational football, and this is what they're talking about, because the Cowboys haven't scored. They only scored twice in the second half, and they were both field goals. But the one that made it 30-20 with under 4 minutes to go, that was the one on that possession. That's where he went for the 4th and 2 from the 45. Passed to Tolbert, got him the 1st down, and that extra 3 points turned out to be the big swing. So,
well, a good drive at the end there. They get the ball back with just over 2 minutes. Washington has a 2-minute timeout. All three of their timeouts, and you just never give them the ball back. That's what good teams do.
What do you think?
About?
You name it.
Oh, well.
What did we just see?
I give them a lot of credit this time of year. These guys are all beat up, right? And we saw the big play to Turpin, when they started on the 3 and got the 86-yard touchdown, pitch and catch. And, overall pretty good. They gave up a little more in the run game than you'd like to see. Dallas did. But, hey, you got to win. You got to win.
Right.
And what's funny is I don't gamble, I don't bet. I'm not allowed to bet. I don't want to bet, okay?
You want to bet?
As Warren Buffett said, who's worth about $440 billion, gambling is a tax on ignorance, okay? Yeah. But the Cowboys were 6.5-point favorites, I think, today.
I didn't even know that.
They won by 7.
Wow. Well, look, they
So is
did
today
play
going to be a big Aaron Jones game for your Minnesota Vikings, and how do they stop that 15-yard gathering Gibbs and Montgomery?
Well, on the offensive side of it, Aaron Jones certainly will have opportunities because this is a team that you can run on. But the question becomes, how much do you want to put on him when he's playing through that ankle? I will note that the second half last week, I think he had 14 carries as they're trying to pull that game out. So he said after the game, I can tape it up, I can get through it. And I would imagine that he'll be saying the same today, but you have to figure out, can you put it all on him? Obviously, no Jordan Mason behind him, so it's Xavier Scott, and Ty Chandler is out for today. But so you've got a thinner group behind him, but opportunities to run the ball, so they have to balance that out. And then on the other side of it, the last time these two teams played, the Vikings got a lead. They made Jahmyr Gibbs pass protect, which he's not good at. So if you can take him out of the game that way, you can attack him in blitzes, and you can also make it so that he's not hurting you in the run game. So they'll probably try to do the same, though I would expect the Lions will have some answers for that today.
All right, Ben Gessling, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Muss. Enjoy the game.
Yep, you, me, and Snoop, Ben.
Yep.
Absolutely. What a beautiful
Collect
Christmas
them all.
day. Vikes-Lions, the boom's coming up here just about 3:30. Before all of that, PA has to sit down with Kevin O'Connell. That interview is going to be coming up on the way. And speaking of interviews, coming up next, Tatum Everett had a chance to talk to Levi Drake Rodriguez. That interview is also coming up here next. Vikes versus Lions, just 2 games remaining for your Minnesota Vikings. Playing spoiler, playing the Grinch, and we'll do it with our guy Max, not the dog. Talking about Brosmer. It's all coming up on the way. This is Vikings football.
Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through January 4th, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
As a leader in innovative ingredient solutions, Sam Nutrition offers a unique personal touch that only a family-owned business can provide. As your trusted partner in animal nutrition, we source the highest quality ingredients, ensuring you achieve optimal results. Discover how our family values drive us to connect industries and unlock peak performance across your entire operation with Sam Nutrition. Learn more by visiting samnutrition.com. Sam Nutrition, high performance, reasonable price, a proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
Celebrate the magic of the season at Winter Solstice at Viking Lakes. Beginning November 21st, Winter Solstice is your destination for holiday fun and winter adventure. Experience the enchanting magic of lights, drive-through experience, gaze upon the 36-foot holiday tree, skate the plaza, cozy up at the warming house, powered by Xfinity, and save the date for the Viking Lakes Ice Festival, returning January 16th. Learn more at wintersolstice.com. That's winter, SKOLSTICE.com.
Every team needs a top pick, and every home does too. That's why pros and homeowners choose Anderson, the #1 trusted window and door brand. Built to last through every season, Anderson makes it easy with windows and doors that perform as great as they look. So whether it's scoring style points or tackling tough weather, you can trust your home to Anderson, the official window and door partner of the Minnesota Vikings. 2024 Anderson brand surveys of U.S. contractors, builders, architects, and homeowners. For warranty info, visit AndersonWindows.com.
Hey Vikings fans, I'm Taylor of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders, and here's our best kept secret, Pure Luxe Med Spa. Laser hair removal at Pure Luxe is a game changer. Voted best med spa and laser hair removal by the Star Tribune, they keep us game day ready with Botox, filler, and our favorite, the Diamond Glow Facial. Visit mypurelux.com/skull to book your appointment today. Pure Luxe Med Spa, the preferred med spa of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders.
Hey, it's Paul Allen, and for decades I've been telling you to go to Continental Diamond to buy your engagement ring. I have Andy here. Why do you think Continental Diamond has been so successful over the years?
It's definitely because of our We Care More attitude, PA. We have an amazing team that genuinely cares about providing our clients the best experience and the most value.
For 25 years, wow, a quarter century, I've been promising and they've been delivering. Visit Continental Diamond in St. Louis Park or continentaldiamond.com.
Minnesota Wild Winnipeg Jets, Saturday at 6 on the audio home for Wild Hockey. FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Welcome back to Vikings Football Sunday. I'm Tatum Everett getting you ready for Vikings and Lions. Joined now by defensive lineman Levi Drake Rodriguez, and this interview is brought to you by Wildfire. Hey, Merry Christmas, Levi.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
What a treat it's been that you guys have been on a 3-game winning streak. What's the feeling around the team right now?
Oh, man, we're just at it, ready to work for each other, attacking every day. Like a willingness and a want to get better.
And it was a short week. You guys obviously coming off that Giants win. What's the preparation been like, especially since it is a holiday week?
Yeah, man. I think we're blessed to play on Christmas. It's going to be so fun. World's watching. So just displaying all that we've worked for, thus far and displaying it on national television.
I mean, you bring it up right there. This is your 7th standalone game this season. How much do you thrive and to get excited to play for games like this today on national TV where it's the only game on?
Yeah, it is so fun. You feel the energy. You know that millions of people are watching. So, like, you just want to do your best every play, every snap. And the mindset going into it is just, it's so much fun. It's so stressful as well. But in general, getting to go to war with these guys it's awesome, especially on a holiday.
Yeah, you're obviously getting ready for kickoff. So how do you handle that stress?
Oh my goodness, just breathing.
I love it.
I read my Bible every day. I take it out there on the bench, and I pick some verses for the day because it's Sunday. It's the Lord's Day, so we're gonna go out there, read, get our minds right, and then go do the Lord's will.
That's right. You would probably be at Mass. Or church.
Church, yeah, chapel. I'll be at chapel.
If it wasn't for the game today. So we'll play catch up on that. But, you guys faced the Lions earlier this season, winning 27-24. That's the game you recorded your first sack.
Yep.
And 2 of your 5 quarterback hits. So fond memories of that game. But without revealing too much, what's the defensive plan like today?
Oh, my goodness, man. Go at them. Attack the quarterback, get him off the spot, focus on our techniques and fundamentals, and do our job every play, every snap.
They weren't expecting some of the adjustments that defensive coordinator Brian Flores threw at them in last game, but they may expect them this time.
Right.
How do you guys plan to keep them on their heels?
Man, B-Flow's always cooking something up in the kitchen. So, man, it's just going out there and, taking coaching, be coachable, and execute what he has called.
Well, the Lions have that strong running game, and they are fighting to keep their season alive and for a postseason berth. So what are the key gaps or tendencies that you guys are focusing on in the interior line?
Yeah, just stopping the run, playing physical, playing fast, and playing free, and doing our job. So once we stop that run, then we could get after Goff and impact the game in that aspect.
How much gap soundness does there have to be for you guys?
A ton, man. These guys are shifty.
Really?
So these guys will jump cut and hit it hard. So we have to be sound in our techniques and fundamentals and own our gaps, and then get ready to shut off and make a play.
You guys can play postseason spoiler we talked about for the Lions. What's it like from that vantage point?
Man, we wanna knock them. We want to play hard. It's another game, but it's a big game for them. So we know that they're going to come with some physicality and with their best. So we're going to come with ours as well. And doing our job, a play at a time, is going to give us a W.
Opportunities have presented themselves for you this season, and you've really answered the call. 41 tackles, 2 sacks, 5 quarterback hits going into this one. What's been the difference for you this season?
Yeah, I just have a different role. I think I made a big jump from last year to this year, playing more, and in the off season, just grinding. So it's been a long season. There's so much more to get better at. But being a fly on the wall, every day, just listening, learning, trying to get better at this craft.
How would you describe that role, this new role that you have? If someone were to ask you, how would you describe it?
Yeah. I would say just being a reliable guy. Going in there, no drop-offs from the 1s and 2s, doing my job as fast as I can, knowing the playbook inside and out, and just executing at a high level.
And playing on Christmas here will obviously bring some special energy for you.
No doubt.
What's it like, or what is your favorite thing to do on Christmas when you're not playing on Netflix?
Right. Oh, man. So we celebrate Christmas Eve.
Nice.
We go to my family's house down in San Marcos, Texas, and we open up gifts on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
And one of the fun traditions we have is, we all stand around. My mom hands out gifts one at a time. And say you get clothes or a jacket or something, everybody will start chanting, "Put it on." So it doesn't matter what you get, man. We're going to make you the center of attention.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
so much
it.
love.
Well, thank you so much, Levi. Best of luck today.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, today's interview is brought to you by Wildfire, located at Eden Prairie Center. Visit wildfirerestaurant.com. We are closing in on kickoff between the Vikings and Lions. Paul Allen with head coach Kevin O'Connell is next on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
Huddle up, Vikings Nation. Don't let that Skol chant fade. Let it echo through the hallways, the bars, the stadium, and the city. Because when the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns, you'll get a free Big Mac with a purchase of $2 or more. Only in the McDonald's app. Offer valid once per person the day after the Vikings score 2+ touchdowns through 2/28/26 at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
Vikings fans, looking to upgrade your wardrobe? This local brand based in St. Paul will become your new go-to. Unreal is the premium athleisure brand that combines comfort, versatility, and style. Crafting elevated apparel that will take you from the office to the gym or the airport to the golf course. Wherever you go, they've got you covered. Shop now at Unreal.com and experience the difference yourself. That's UNRL.com, the best athleisure wear in the game.
Hey Vikings fans, Ben Lieber here. Looking for a healthy place for the entire family? Well, Lifetime, the official athletic country club of the Minnesota Vikings, champions healthy, happy lives for every member of the family. My daughter loves to meet her friends at Warrior Sculpt, and my boys, they love to compete on the pickleball courts, and it gets scrappy. With over 25 clubs in the Twin Cities area that feature 100 classes a week, spacious workout floors, a relaxing spa, healthy cafe, and so much more, families truly can do it all at Lifetime. Get your family going today at lifetime.life to find a location near you.
Hey, friends with food allergies, life is about to get way easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it... Look, let's not argue. You've got enough stress. Just remember this name. Liam's. Liam's. Lee to the ums. As in Liam's frozen entrees that are free of the top 9 allergens. What? Gluten-free, too. Delicious, nutritious, ready in minutes, safe meals for you, your kids, and even those adorable people who can eat whatever they want. Liam's rocks. To find which grocer's freezers are cool enough to stock Liam's, head to saferplate.com.
All the planning, work, and preparation for the holidays. Why do we do it? In the blur of life, we can take our blessings for granted, distracted by the noise and our own interests. We gather to slow down and reflect on what truly matters, time with loved ones, and cherishing simple moments. We gather to choose gratitude. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at Shields.
This is FM 100.3, KFXN Minneapolis, St. Paul. The Fan.
Christmas Day football at U.S. Bank Stadium. The Detroit Lions are in town. And with Minnesota Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell, I'm Paul Allen. Merry Christmas, Coach. How are you?
I'm doing great. Merry Christmas to you and everybody listening out there. Appreciate you guys very much.
Great crowd today. Excited for the game. And after, with your quarterback Max Brosmer, after the Seattle game, you mentioned at times he actually was processing things too quickly. So then he gets that second half against the Giants, goes 7-9, and some time after the Seattle game. Have you sensed it slowed down?
Oh, what a great example of a guy getting, exposed to his first action, tough circumstances at Seattle, and ultimately gets a chance to kind of take a step back after that and realize, hey, I can absolutely go out there and do those things. Here's how I can, play better the next opportunity I get, make it slow down, because you're right. He processed fast. He was moving through things quickly, sometimes too quickly, and giving himself, hurting himself from having a chance to just throw more completions. And boy, did he just do that. Comes in the game. PA, it was a cold day in New York, and he just comes off the bench there and just peppering completions, a huge third down conversion to Justin down the left sideline there. And it just felt like you kind of felt Max exhale. And I think we're going to start seeing the player that he can really be and become. Excited to watch him play today.
So with the situation you and they have today in the penultimate game of the season, is it fair to say if the protection holds up, there will be some sweet pass plays to be had by your offense?
Yeah, I think we've historically had good days throwing the ball against these guys. What we need to make sure we do is we have to protect, and I think we do that by having balance to our offense. I thought a big key to beating them in Detroit was the way we played on the line of scrimmage, matched their physicality, able to be efficient enough in the run game to stay ahead of schedule. And can we, remove any of those lulls in the game, either where we get a penalty to set us back in long yardage or we don't have that great execution. Let's just make sure it's our 11 guys doing their jobs every snap. And if we do that, I do think some of the plays in the pass game will come. We'll see if they want to play as much man coverage as they've traditionally played. They're down some guys at the safety position. If they want to play like that, we'll be ready to compete the same way we will if they want to play a bunch of zone and maybe bring some pressure. Whatever game it is today, if the Vikings have the kind of execution that we want to have today from our side, from our guys in the huddle, I think we're going to have a chance to put some points on the board and give our defense hopefully a chance like we did the last time to play with a lead.
And with that defense, Kevin's defense has not allowed a passing touchdown 6 consecutive games. That's impressive. What have been some keys during that 6-game run?
Yeah, I think it's been the marriage of the rush and the coverage working together. A huge part of it has been Harrison Smith, truly just in total command, playing the game within the game against the opposing quarterback. He's going to do it again today against Jared Goff. You're going to see Harry trying to decipher what Jared's doing and Jared trying to decipher what Harry's doing. And I'll tell you what, if you guess wrong as a quarterback and he gets you getting us into the right call, we can force some negatives today. And this team has not turned the ball over a lot. We haven't had the same number of turnovers that we became accustomed to a year ago. But today, if we get the momentum in the football game, I think they could come in waves. And I think it could be a huge, huge factor in the game.
Lastly, the Lions have just 8 gives off what Kevin just said. That's fewest in the NFL. Jared Goff can be had for sure, but fair to say, I mean, he's one tough customer, isn't he?
He really is. I mean, the growth that he's had, I mean, I thought he was a really good player when I coached him in Los Angeles. He has ascended from there, the maturity. He's seen just about everything in football now. The key is you got to get Jared off the spot. You got to get him moving his feet at the top of drops. You got to make him uncomfortable. You got to put him on the ground legally as much as you possibly can. And those things can have an impact on him because he's not going to want to take sacks and he's not going to want to turn the ball over. So you can get him throwing the ball away, dirting the ball, and hopefully sustaining some of that long enough to get them off the field on third down. And we got to limit the explosive runs. We got to stop the run, PA, to make it harder on Jared and not let him just hand it off to Jahmyr Gibbs all day, because I know that's what Dan probably wants to do here. Short week. Can we just run the football and then see if we can generate some play action explosives?
Merry Christmas to you and your family, and that includes Bill.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas. Appreciate you, PA.
That's Kevin O'Connell. I'm Paul Allen. Vikings and Lions Christmas Day football from Minneapolis. The Boom is next on the KFA and Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Paul Laris.
Eagan, Minnesota is the proud home of the Minnesota Vikings, and it's also the ultimate destination for fantastic fun. Eagan features over 100 unique restaurants and amazing attractions, such as Twin Cities Premium Outlets and the Vikings Museum. And when you stay in any of Eagan's 19 incredible hotels Thursday through Sunday and pick your package, you'll receive 2 free tickets to the Vikings Museum. Other great offers are also available. For complete details, visit enjoyegan.com. That's enjoyegan.com.
Huddle up, Vikings Nation. Don't let that Skol chant fade. Let it echo through the hallways, the bars, the stadium, and the city. Because when the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns, you'll get a free Big Mac with a purchase of $2 or more. Only in the McDonald's app. Offer valid once per person the day after the Vikings score 2+ touchdowns through 2/28/26 at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
All right, team, huddle up. It's game time at Mystic Lake. Score season-long prizes with drawings, giveaways, and more action at the official casino of the Minnesota Vikings. Catch a $15 round-trip ride to U.S. Bank Stadium for a Minnesota Vikings home game with Mystic Lake Game Day Park and Ride. And raise a glass to victory with game day food and drink specials at Hop House, the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination. Check out the latest casino promotions at mysticlake.com. You don't want to miss out.
The radio home of the Minnesota Vikings. FM 100.3, KFXM Minneapolis, St. Paul. The Fan.
Showtime, baby. Oh, you know what's wrong. Let's go, Vikings. Let's go. Vikings on 3. 1, 2, 3. It's game time.
Minnesota Vikings football is on the air all across the Minnesota Vikings radio network. Vikings football is proudly presented by the following broadcast partners: Vizzy Hard Seltzer, your local Northland Ford dealers, Polaris, and by Mystic Lake Casino Hotel. Vikings football is also brought to you by the following: U.S. Bank, Jacob Leinenkugel's Brewing Company, 3M, and by Lumen.
Touchdown! To the 30, down the sidelines, knocked out of bounds. Touchdown! Vikings! Ball's loose at the goal line. Touchdown!
Today, the Vikings look to take a bite out of the Big Apple. Now, let's go live to MetLife Stadium to three guys who think Times Square is a math problem. Along with former Vikings Pete Bursich and Ben Lieber. Here with the call of today's game, the voice of the Vikings, Paul Allen.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Minneapolis and Minnesota Vikings football. The 7-8 Vikings take on the 8-7 Detroit Lions. They're in town today for the penultimate game of the 2025 National Football League regular season for both teams. The captains are about to assemble at center field and establish the coin toss. We can remind you to buy any Pothole Pizza or 20-ounce Pepsi or Mountain Dew with quick rewards for your chance to score big. One weekly winner gets a $500 gift card. If the Vikings score a touchdown of more than 50 yards today, one lucky fan wins $5,000. Visit quicktrip.com/sweepstakes for details. Also, Football Fans Meet Pays, a convenient new online checkout offered by bank and credit unions. Learn more at pays.com. This is the 129th meeting between these division rivals, the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. The Vikings are hoping to sweep Detroit for the first time since 2020. Kevin O'Connell is 2-5 lifetime against Detroit, and a Minnesota victory eliminates Detroit from postseason festivities and elevates the Green Bay Packers into the postseason. What a strange Christmas scenario that is. The next voice you'll hear is that of referee Sean Smith. His umpire is Trey Blake. May God be with us all.
Welcome, gentlemen, and welcome to regular season week 17, and Merry Christmas to you and your family. Happy holidays.
Sean's already hot.
With Detroit being the visiting team, you will make the call. This side is heads, this side is tails. What's your call? Tails is the call. Heads, Minnesota win the toss.
Hey.
Minnesota has won the toss and will receive the ball on this end of the field. Good luck, gentlemen.
All righty, let's head down to the sideline. Here comes sideline analyst Ben Lieber with his U.S. Bank player to follow, and it's showtime.
Yeah, that's right, PA, and a Merry Christmas to all of you guys and Happy Holidays. Yeah, it's going to start off being Aaron Jones. That's my U.S. Bank player to watch because he's going to have to be the workhorse today. We know that Jordan Mason's out today with an ankle injury, and Aaron himself is less than 100% after getting banged up versus the Giants. But we're going to need him to push past the pain and attack this Lions defense like he did in game one, where he had 9 runs for 78 yards. That's an 8.6-yard average on the ground. He also had 2 receptions for 20 yards. So with no J.J. McCarthy and a banged-up offensive line, we're going to have to rely on Aaron Jones. He's going to have to be the bulk and the workload going against this Lions defense.
All right, thank you, my brother. It is a winter whiteout Christmas day at U.S. Bank Stadium for the Minnesota Vikings. All white uniforms with purple numbers. The Detroit Lions show up wearing black. They have their all black uniforms with the Honolulu blue numbers and helmets. And Miles Price heads back to retrieve the opening kickoff of Battle 129 between the Vikings and the Lions, where the Minnesota Vikings offense, when it gets on the field, will be led by undrafted Max Brosmer from the University of Minnesota, taking on a Detroit Lions defense that just gave up 230 rushing yards to the Pittsburgh Steelers. In fact, they've given up 359 yards on the ground the last 2 games. In fact, the Lions have allowed 500 yards per game on on average overall to opposing offenses, including 517 to the New York Giants. That group we saw last week, they gave up 517 yards to that team about a month ago. Here's the opening kick, and boom! Merry Christmas from the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network. Here comes Miles Price, and down goes Miles Price. Tried to make a cut right, and he slipped at about the 25-yard line. And Max Brosmer making his second start. This will be his sixth game overall, but his second start. Still looking for his first touchdown, whether it's by air or whether it's by land, going against a Detroit Lions defense that can be quite formidable up front. Meanwhile, Miles Price may have more than slipped because he's on the field now, and the Vikings medical crew, led by Tyler Williams and Dr. Chris Larson from Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center, they're down analyzing Miles Price, the undrafted IU kid. Pete, they're looking at his left leg.
Yeah, it looked like he just lost traction. He had something bending back to the middle of the field and tried to put that foot down, and then it just gave out. So Miles Price, who's really become an important part of this team. I mean, maybe not as a receiver, but as a return guy. It was rough going for a little bit, 3 fumbles this year, but he's really settled in nicely.
Early pause. Sadly, Miles Price is down. On the Northland Ford Dealer scoreboard, Vikings offense taking the field momentarily. We're scoreless at U.S. Bank Stadium. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
When a loved one's memory starts to fade, it's more than forgetting names or dates. It's watching pieces of their life quietly slip away. At the Wellshire Memory Care, it isn't just treatment, it's understanding. The team at Wellshire provides specialized support, dignity, and a safe environment where every moment matters. If your family is facing the challenges of Alzheimer's or dementia, the Wellshire is here to walk that journey with you, with compassion and with care. Visit the Wellshire today at WellshireMN.com, WellshireMN.com.
Mesh, Besher, and Spence. The lawyer you choose makes a difference.
Hey, friends with food allergies. Life is about to get way easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, let's not argue. You've got enough stress. Just remember this name. Liam's. Liam's. Lee to the ums. As in Liam's frozen entrees that are free of the top 9 allergens. What? Gluten-free, too. Delicious, nutritious, ready in minutes, safe meals for you, your kids, and even those adorable people who can eat whatever they want. Liam's rocks. To find which grocer's freezers are cool enough to stock Liam's, head to saferplate.com.
Officer, can I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your Twin Cities Hyundai dealer. Proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings. Offer ends January 2nd. Call 480-500-7931 for details.
Hey, Vikings fans. I'm Taylor of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders, and here's our best kept secret, Pure Luxe Med Spa. Laser hair removal at Pure Luxe is a game changer. Voted best med spa and laser hair removal by the Star Tribune, they keep us game day ready with Botox, filler, and our favorite, the Diamond Glow Facial. Visit mypurelux.com/skull to book your appointment today. Pure Luxe Med Spa, the preferred med spa of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders.
Hey, it's Meat Sauce here. Thank you to everybody for listening all year long, and happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you. Vikings-Lions now. Snoop Dogg at halftime. Bye.
All righty, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Minnesota Vikings, just underway. Max Brosmer takes the snap, rolls out to the right, and he'll throw the ball into the Vikings bench, and it'll be incomplete, making it 2nd and 10 for Minnesota from his own 25. Miles Price had to be assisted off the field by several, not putting any weight on his left leg. So hopefully things work out okay for him. We have a makeshift Minnesota moving company. Justin School back at left tackle, making his 8th start. Michael Juergens makes his 2nd start. He's starting at center. Ryan Kelly done for the year. Blake Brandell starting at right tackle, making his 9th start this year, 31st overall, replacing Brian O'Neill. They're also down T.J. Hawkinson and J.J. McCarthy. Handoff, Aaron Jones left side as the Vikings try to sweep the Lions for the first time since 2020, and Aaron Jones forges ahead for a gain of 1. That'll make it 3rd and 9. The Vikings are also down Jordan Mason, Pete.
Yeah, so it's going to be tough to run the football. Now, the Steelers did a good job, and they used a lot of misdirection to do so, trying to get the linebackers to flow, get them over the top, because they do a lot of two-gapping up front, and they were able to stay out of third and long scenarios. So right here, it'll be very interesting to see if the Lions pin their ears back and blitz Brosmer, or if they just drop him out and try to make him throw it.
C.J. Ham in the backfield with Max Brosmer. Naylor in motion on third down. Here's a blitz, and down goes Brosmer. Analyst nailed it. It was Alex Anzalone with the blitz. He now has 2.5 sacks this season, and they drive Brosmer back to the 18-yard line. So that's a loss of 7 yards, and Ryan Wright's in to punt.
Paul, that's a zero blitz on 3rd and 9 when you've got 80 yards behind you on defense. So that is a gutsy call. They did that against Dallas a year ago, and CeeDee Lamb had that 82-yard touchdown reception. So you can't block them all. It's a zero blitz. You got to get rid of the ball quickly.
Two of the best punters in the game kicking today. One is Ryan Wright, 21 inside the 20 with a touchback. He'll send Khalif Raymond to the right, where he fields it at the 34, shakes a tackle, and he's brought down at the 37 by Sione Takitaki.
Yeah, boy.
And the Lions offense heads to the field as we go down to Ben Lieber.
Yeah, so much going into this game was about the Lions playing so much man coverage, and that is kind of predominantly their foundation to their defense. But on the very first play, we ran a boot to our offensive right, and they played a soft zone and just took up every ounce of space out there. And then we don't get anything on the ground because they ran a blitz off the edge. And then they go, as Pete was talking about, man coverage blitz on third down. So they're mixing up some coverages. We've had all but a few days to prepare for this, and it seems like the Lions know exactly what we're up against offensively on that first drive.
Jared Goff at quarterback for the Lions under center. 1st and 10. He'll throw it out to the right to Amon-Ra St. Brown, caught at the 44. Amon-Ra St. Brown will rally to the 48, and an 11-yard catch and run. It'll be a first down for a Lions offense that has Jared Goff for now 399 passing yards, from the most in a single season in the history of Lions football. These Lions have only given the ball away 8 times this year. That's fewest in the NFL, going against a Vikings pass defense that has not allowed a passing touchdown in 6 games. Handoff, Jahmyr Gibbs. He takes the toss, heads to the left side across the 50 into Vikings territory. Taken down at the 48. Jahmyr Gibbs with a 4-yard run, 2nd and 6.
And Paul, you talk about the lack of turnovers by this Lions offense. They're the only team in the NFL that hasn't turned the ball over in the 4th quarter of a football game this year.
Wow.
So the record doesn't stand, but they're still doing a lot of things the right way.
It's 2nd and 6 for the 8-7 Detroit Lions, with Jared Goff working out of the shotgun, 2 receivers left and right. Vikings have the ball first when 3 and out. Here's a blitz on Goff. Down goes Goff. Harrison Smith got him. Harrison Smith got him with a sack. Dallas Turner was in the mix too. Now, if that's a full sack for Harrison Smith, he joins Rondé Barber as one of 2 players in the history of the NFL with 38 interceptions and 21.5 sacks. If it's not, we have to wait. And
that should be all Harry's seen it from getting a chance to see it on TV again. He was the first one there, Paul. I would bet that Harrison Smith got it.
Well done. He's football immortality. Goff back to pass, throws to the left, and it's caught. It's a receiver screen after the sack, and heading up outside the numbers to about the 43-yard line is Jahmyr Gibbs. That'll be a gain of 10. Harrison Smith's making his 202nd start today. That's 3rd most in the history of the Vikings, and that sack he just achieved, indeed, officially, has him joining Rondé Barber as the only 2 with at least 38 interceptions and 21.5 sacks. He also now has the 6th most defensive back sacks in the history of the NFL, trailing Rodney Harrison, who leads at 30.5. It's 4th down for the Detroit Lions. They're 16 of 29 on 4th down this year. 4th and 3, movement up front. And false start or offside or false start. Sean Smith will decide it for us.
And it looks like the Vikings are the ones that move first. The Lions kind of reset, which is part of their cadence. And I think that caused the Vikings D-line to jump into the neutral zone. So, I don't know, they're talking about it. It's not obvious. That's the kind of the disappointing part, Paul. You get the sack on 2nd down. 3rd down, you give up 10 yards on a quick outlet screen. and that gives the Lions a chance to go 4-on-4.
False start.
Yeah, there we go.
65. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
That's Kingsley Agwakin, who's filling in for Graham Glasgow.
Practice squad center.
Yeah, he played last week. Did a pretty good job. I think there was some protection issues schematically, but when he was lined up right, knew who to go to. He did a good job for a guy coming off the practice squad. But now the Vikings defense gets a nice win and offense get back on the field.
Well, Miles Price knocked out of the game, or kind of knocked himself out on the opening kick of the game. So Jack Fox will be kicking it away to Jalen Naylor. Fox, one of the best kickers in the NFL, sends an end-over-end production, bounces inside the 10 to the 5 to the goal line, and it's a touchback, only the second this year for Jack Fox. No score on the Northland Ford Dealer scoreboard. Merry Christmas from the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network. We have 10.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Vikings offense take 2 on said. KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
For Minnesotans, whatever the season, we live outdoors. And no one knows that better than Polaris, the American power sports company. From tasks to trails or lakes to lanes, with brands like Polaris Slingshot and Ranger Side-by-Sides, Indy Snowmobiles, and Bennington Pontoons, Polaris is your partner to think outside. Polaris, proud partner of your Minnesota Vikings.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Vikings fans, looking to upgrade your wardrobe? This local brand based in St. Paul will become your new go-to. Unreal is the premium athleisure brand that combines comfort, versatility, and style. Crafting elevated apparel that will take you from the office to the gym or the airport to the golf course. Wherever you go, they've got you covered. Shop now at Unreal.com and experience the difference yourself. That's UNRL.com, the best athleisure wear in the game.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Smart beds start at $9.99. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today. Official sleep and wellness partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas to all of you from all of us here at the Fan.
McDonald's is teaming with the Vikings to bring you the tastiest season ever. Get a free Big Mac each time the Vikings score 2 touchdowns. $2 minimum purchase required. Taste the victory. That's what the Vikings are hoping to do today to elevate their record to 500, drop the Lions to 500, and subsequently put them in last place in the NFC North. Max Brosmer under center. The center is Michael Juergens. Handoff Aaron Jones to the right side, and he's hit hard by safety Thomas Harper. It'll be a gain of 2, maybe 3. Harper is the most prominent safety these days for the Lions, with 2 of the best in the game, Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch, both on IR.
Yeah, they lost Terrion Arnold as well with a shoulder injury, and then Avonte Maddox as well. So they've had it's been every single year, it seems, for these Detroit Lions, and they've struggled more this year than ever in replacing all those bodies.
Brosmer under center on 2nd and 7 from his own 23. Scoreless play action. He steps up. Now he runs out to the left, eyes down the field, flag on the play, outside the numbers. Brosmer will throw it away into the Lions bench. That was 2nd and 7. Sean Smith and his crew have an infraction.
Yeah, it was
holding. Defense number 23. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Rock Yassin.
Yeah, Rock Yassin on Justin Jefferson. I think a little bit of a double move when as soon as Brosmer started to scramble, Justin Jefferson turned and tried to go deep, which is great. That's what you want to see. And Rock Yassin was just a little bit late, so he grabbed on. And we all know these Lion defensive backs, they're very physical. They grab quite a bit, and so to get a call like that early, hopefully will set the scene for the rest of the game.
The first down today for the Vikings comes via penalty as Jefferson loops to the backfield. Brosmer hits him to the left side, caught at the 25-yard line, and Justin Jefferson steams past the 25 to the 30, and he's pushed out of bounds, Lions side of the field at the 33-yard line. That'll be a 5-yard gain, making it 2nd and 5 for the Vikings. Scoreless first quarter. Merry Christmas. Vikings on their own 33.
Yeah, the Vikings trying to test out Daniel Thomas, who's in there as a replacement safety. So it's good to get the ball in the hands of Justin Jefferson. And I'm interested to see, can Brosmer and Jefferson get some kind of rapport throughout this football game?
Addison right, Jefferson left, straight eye behind Max Brosmer, hands it to Aaron Jones. He'll cut right, runs by some Lions for the first down across the 40, and between the hash marks, Aaron Jones taken down after a run of 10 yards, and the Minnesota Vikings first down at their own 43.
Paul, we've run that play before in this game already, and it was the cutback where the safety Thomas Harper was able to make that tackle, but this time Jordan Addison was lined up tight. He came down, made a key block, so when Aaron Jones cut that back, there was no one there to bring him down. Great job by Jordan Addison.
Brosmer, undrafted Gopher, works out of the shotgun, 1st and 10 from his own 43. No score, U.S. Bank Stadium. Brosmer takes the snap, looks right, throws to the right, caught Jefferson at the 48, turns it up across the 50 into Lions territory for a catch of 9 yards, and it's close to a first down. Missed it by a yard, maybe a yard and a half. That's 9 for Justin, which means he now has 13 receiving yards from the most of anybody in the NFL through their first 6 years. He would be passing Randy Moss.
I think that play is exactly what Max Brosmer gets you. He was waiting to see what linebacker was staying on, and once he saw Derek Barnes being the flat defender, he knew right where to go with that football, and he got it out there quickly enough for JJ to turn that thing up.
2nd and 1, middle of the first quarter, scoreless. Vikings in Lions territory, and we have a timeout on the field.
Charge, timeout, Minnesota. 30 seconds.
30-second timeout for the Minnesota Vikings. Ben Pete, the Vikings not having T.J. Hawkinson. Also down right tackle Brian O'Neill. I know Brosmer's been sacked once. It was a zero blitz with Anzalone coming up the middle. But how do the omissions today impact the protection for Brosmer? The reason I bring it up is against this Lions secondary, if they protect Max, eventually he's going to make them pay.
Yeah, I think without T.J. Hawkinson, he's a number 2 receiver on this team. So that's a big outlet that's not going to be there.
So now it's 2nd and 1 out of the 30-second timeout. Scoreless, Brosmer under center, puts C.J. Ham in motion to the right, handoff to Aaron Jones. He heads up the middle, has to jump cut to the left, right into the awaiting arms of Roy Lopez. Roy Lopez with a tackle for loss, 5th year from Arizona. That'll now make it 3rd and 2 from the Lions 48.
That's a situation with what Aaron Jones does makes you laugh and then it makes you cry because he can bounce that run anywhere. In that case, Paul, we were pulling Donovan Jackson to the right side of the offensive line, and Aaron Jones just kept it on the backside, and there's really nowhere to go when you're pulling an offensive lineman.
Minnesota led by Max. 0 of 1 on 3rd down at this point. It's 3rd and 2 from the Lions 49. He's out of the shotgun. 3 receivers right. Josh Oliver left. Brosmer looking to the right. Now running to the right. Now running for the first down. Now into Lions territory at the 40. Max Brosmer put the pedal to the metal to the max, and he ran the Vikings to a first down. It's an 11-yard gallop to the Lions 37 and a fresh 4.
I'll tell you what, he had Justin Jefferson. He would have thrown it behind him, so maybe he didn't do that. But he and Jefferson, that's twice now that we've seen Brosmer scramble and JJ find an open seam. So at some point in this drive or hopefully in this game, we're going to see some of that.
Best way to keep this high-powered Lions offense out of the equation, kill the clock like the Vikings are doing now. First down from the Lions 37. It's a gun run. Aaron Jones tried the right, didn't like it, went back to the left, found some favor. It'll be a run of 5 yards, making it 2nd and 5 from the Lions 32. For the Vikings, their 8th play will be coming up, and this possession began in their own territory.
Yeah, more good blocking by the wide receivers. That time, Jalen Naylor coming down and blocking the safety. Jordan Addison kicking out the corner. So these wide receivers, when Aaron Jones is in the game, they have to be out there blocking.
8th play, 48 yards for the possession. It's taken 4 minutes, 11 seconds of quarter one. Brosmer out of the shotgun, looks left. Now he throws right to Aaron Jones. They tried to set up a screen. Lions sniffed it out from a mile away. And on the tackle in open field was Daniel Thomas. Here's Ben Lieber.
Yeah, guys, quick injury update. Miles Price, who was injured on the opening kickoff, he is actually officially questionable with an ankle injury. We all thought maybe it was a left knee injury. It is officially a left ankle injury. And I will say right now, positive developments. I'm staying on the sideline. He is trying to work it out. He's doing a couple wind sprints. He's trying to cut. He's trying to do whatever he can to get back in this football game.
That was a loss of 5. Thank you, Ben. So now it's 3rd and 9. Minnesota 1 of 2 on 3rd down. 3rd and 9 from the Lions 36. We're scoreless in the first quarter. Brosmer, shotgun, 2 receivers left and right. It's a deep drop for Max, maybe too deep. Flag comes in very late, but he is sacked. He was sacked. Flag came in right at the time the sack took place. Al-Quadin Muhammad, along with Aiden Hutchinson, in the mix on the sack. But let's see what Sean Smith has to say here.
And you're going to get a hold on Rocky Scene, I think.
Good.
That's going to give the Vikings a first down. And you mentioned Al-Quadin Muhammad, Paul. He has 9 sacks this year, second on the team, only to Aiden Hutchinson. So he's had a great year.
How about this? Oh, you nailed it. Because the Vikings and Lions are both moving
There's
toward...
no foul on the play result. It's 4th down.
What happened?
What?
All right, well, Al-Quadin Muhammad or Aiden Hutchinson or both, they took part in that sack on Max Brosmer, who I know we have 3, 5, and 7 step drops. That might have been an 11 right there for the step drop.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, is just know where you are on the field. And if you're going to get that kind of pressure, I mean, we've going to have to stay out of 3rd and long, because both times we've been in 3rd and long, that Brosmer just didn't have time to get the ball down the field. But you were in field goal range, Paul, before that, and now the Vikings are forced to punt.
Sack goes to the great Aiden Hutchinson. He has 12.5 this year. Ryan Wright punting for the 2nd time this game. Khalif Raymond, who has 3 punt return touchdowns in his career and 1 this year. High punt to the right of Khalif Raymond. Fields it at the 6 far side of the field. Excellent pump by Ryan Wright. Wonderful, wonderful coverage by Tavair Thomas and Matt Daniels, special teams group. They pin Raymond at the 9-yard line. 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. We pause, scoreless. Lions ball. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
She's Jan, the ultimate Vikings fan. Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show fan show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
This is how your feet feel in a pair of bad-fitting shoes. And this is how your feet feel in a pair of great-fitting shoes from Trade Home Shoes. Trade Home Shoes, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings, has been delivering premium footwear for over 100 years. We are Minnesota-based, employee-owned, and here to help your whole family find shoes that fit. Trade Home Shoes. Enjoy life. Feet first.
Vikings fans, meet the MVP of flavor, the Humble Goat. Our cranberry cinnamon goat cheese earned 2nd place in the World Champion Cheese Contest, and our plain goat cheese just scored 2nd at the American Cheese Society Awards. Smooth, creamy, healthy, and perfect for game day and every day. Find the Humble Goat cheese at your local store, and don't forget, Humble Goat protein powder is fueling fans everywhere. Available now on Amazon. World class and Minnesota proud.
What did you do at New Horizon Academy today, Miles?
Mom,
Letter of the week is S. We added the word sun to our word wall. We read a book about the weather, built a solar off on the playground. We practiced star breathing, and then I learned how to make an S in sign language. It was so fun!
Sounds like you had a great day.
New Horizon Academy offers premium early childhood development for all families. We serve best-in-class social-emotional education for kiddos from infancy to school age. Check us out at newhorizonacademy.net.
Hi, it's Corey Coe from the Power Trip Morning Show. You're listening to the Vikings take on the Detroit Lions. Merry Christmas, everybody, from the Power Trip Morning Show and the Fan.
Welcome back to the winter wideout. The Lions take over right now on their own 9-yard line. And guys, I haven't seen KOC this animated after that third down sack. He's trying to lobby to both the field judge and the line judge that there's illegal contact on Justin Jefferson from Anzalone as Jefferson was going out in his route. A lot of conversation about where the impact took place on Justin Jefferson's body, whether it was the head and neck area or within the framework of the numbers.
If he was talking to umpire Trey Blake, it went in one ear and out the other. 1st and 10 for the Lions from their own 9-yard line. Handoff Jahmyr Gibbs, the great Jahmyr Gibbs, the former member of the Crimson Tide, up the middle of the 13 for a run of 4 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 6. This Vikings defense has allowed 29 completions this year of 20 yards or more. That's the fewest of anybody in the NFL through 15 games. The New York Giants had 1 completion in the first half. Last game, that's the fewest by an opponent in the NFL since 2000, and the Vikings haven't allowed a passing touchdown 6 consecutive games, longest streak in Vikings history since 1970. So the Lions run, and the handoff goes up the middle across the 15-yard line, and running for a Detroit Lions first down is David Montgomery. It'll be a gain of about 6, first down for the Lions, scoreless.
And Paul, I think Dallas Turner is a guy to keep an eye on today with Taylor Decker being out, Dan Skipper filling in. Dallas Turner, I think, has some opportunities with his speed to get into the backfield. Now, how much the Lions are going to throw the football today, we shall see.
Jared Goff is under center. Single set, David Montgomery. And another play stoppage.
Minnesota is challenging the ruling on the field that Detroit made the line the game for a first down.
Whoa.
The play is under review.
Ryan Cordell, the ruler of the reversal, in play early. Let's pause. 3:23 to go in the first quarter. We're scoreless. Lions ball on the KFA and Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris.
For the Vikings, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving live broadcasts from lag time, helping deliver the in-stadium experience for fans with millions more around the globe, and bringing all the benefits of the cloud to your network, so it's as secure as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays to the best listeners in the world. Thanks for spending 2022 listening to Minnesota's station for sports, The Fan.
Scoreboard Central.
Brought to you by U.S. Bank, the official bank of the Minnesota Vikings. Earlier today, Cowboys end up beating the Commanders 30-23. Dak Prescott throws for a couple of touchdowns, and he got Davis on the ground with 103 yards. Now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
This is Vikings-Lions on the audio home for Vikings football. FM 100.3 KFXN, Minneapolis, St. Paul, The Fan.
Minnesota Vikings game coordinator Ryan Cordell, the ruler of the reversal, got down to Kevin O'Connell and said, challenge that spot. Kevin did, and they were right. So the Vikings are 3 wins against 4 challenges this year, and now they have turned over the Detroit Lions on 3rd down, deep in Lions territory. At about the 17-yard line, it's Andrew Van Ginkel who runs to the stands and presents a Christmas gift to a young child. He gave him the football. That's only the 9th giveaway this year for the Lions.
Well, they tried to quick snap. Jared Goff gets up there and maybe credit the crowd noise for sure. But when you have a guy that you just pulled up from the practice squad a week ago and Kingsley Walken at center, they were not on the same page. As soon as that ball was snapped, Goff didn't have a chance to bring that thing in, put it on the ground, and Andrew Van Ginkel comes up. So, think about that turn of events. Ryan Cordell making him do it one more time. They try to quick snap. They fumble. Unbelievable job by Cordell to get the Vikings the football back.
Scoreless, 3:42 to go in the first quarter. The Vikings are at the Lions 16. Handoff, Aaron Jones up the middle, lowers the helmet at the 12, plows through a Lion at the 10, and he gets to the 8-yard line. Showtime. Aaron Jones with a run of 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2. They can get a first down at about the 6-yard line.
Yeah, what a great job blocking up front, Paul. And Will Fry's getting up to the 2nd level. It's amazing how the Lions have been struggling with the run the last couple of weeks, and it's been the old school 2-back I formation. In that case, C.J. Ham, fullback, just going up in there, getting to the 2nd level. Fantastic.
The aforementioned Ham in motion to the right of Brosmer under center. 2nd down, handoff, Jones up the middle. He runs for the first down and is stopped at the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 2 for Aaron Jones. 1st and goal, Minnesota from the Lions 5. 2:50 and counting to go in the first quarter, and we're scoreless for now.
And Jordan Addison checking himself out. I think there's something going on with his hand. He's been doing a ton of blocking, so who knows if it was a face mask or whatever, but Jalen Naylor stepping in. So hopefully the Vikings keep this thing on the ground, Paul. Make the Lions stop it.
Jones, 7 runs, 30 yards. He's to the right of Brosmer out of the shotgun on 1st and goal. Naylor in motion to the left, back to the right. Brosmer takes the snap, 4-man rush to the end zone, incomplete. He found Justin Jefferson singled up. He had to throw it quickly, threw it over 18. So now it's 2nd and goal from the 5 as Brosmer desperately looked for his first National Football League touchdown.
Yeah, I think it was Jack Campbell, Paul, who did a great job of getting into that throwing lane once he saw that it was passed, and that's why Brosmer really threw it over the top. There was a lane there, and Jefferson had beaten Yassine on the inside, so it had to have been Jack Campbell.
2nd and goal from the 5. 2 receivers left. Tight end Josh Oliver to the right of Blake Brandel. Handoff. Aaron Jones up the middle. He crawls his way to the 3, to the 2, to the 1. Stopped at the 1-yard line. It'll be a 4-yard run where he stumbled his way for about 9 feet. So it's 3rd and goal from the 1 with 2 minutes and counting to go in the first quarter, and we're scoreless.
Yeah, it was Aiden Hutchinson, Paul, who collapsed on the line of scrimmage and was just able to bring down Aaron Jones. And you've been watching Aaron Jones run for a long time. That would not have been a tackle a few years ago. But Aaron Jones, he's toughing it out. He's nicked up. He's beat up. But with Jordan Mason being out, we lean on him heavily today.
No receivers, 3 tight ends, 1 to the left, 2 to the right. Straight eye on 3rd and goal. Handoff Aaron Jones. Heads to the left. Runs through a Lion. Touchdown! He's showtime! And Aaron Jones has plowed the Minnesota Vikings to a 6-0 lead.
Oh, what a statement that makes, right? You run the football. That's only Aaron Jones' 2nd rushing touchdown this year. And it was off tackle. He made a great cut, puts his foot in the ground, heads north and south, gets into the That's pretty demoralizing for a defense. For a Viking offense to run the football and just really stuff it in the end zone on you, I think that's a big deal and bodes well.
Will Reichert, 28 of 28 on extra points this year. DePaula snaps it to right. He puts it down, and Reichert's kick is good. He now is 67 of 67 in his 2-year career with extra points. Aaron Jones and the Minnesota Vikings makeshift moving company mow their way through the Lions and take a 7-0 lead with a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. From Minneapolis on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris. It's time to score a touchdown with the best deck you'll ever have, and it's courtesy of TimberTech and TimberTech.com. TimberTech is #1 in premium decking. There are myriad reasons why. One is they're the leaders in design. So let them ship you free samples at no charge. Choose up to 4 decking samples to see which realistic wood styles are best for you. Start at TimberTech.com. Behold, it's TimberTech.com.
You're listening to Vikings football.
Celebrate the magic of the season at Winter Solstice at Viking Lakes. Beginning November 21st, Winter Solstice is your destination for holiday fun and winter adventure. Experience the enchanting magic of lights, drive-through experience, gaze upon the 36-foot holiday tree, skate the plaza, cozy up at the warming house, powered by Xfinity, and save the date for the Viking Lakes Ice Festival, returning January 16th. Learn more at wintersolstice.com. That's winter, SKOLSTICE.com.
For Minnesotans, whatever the season, we live outdoors. And no one knows that better than Polaris, the American power sports company. From tasks to trails or lakes to lanes, with brands like Polaris Slingshot and Ranger side-by-sides, Indy snowmobiles, and Bennington pontoons, Polaris is your partner to think outside. Polaris, proud partner of your Minnesota Vikings.
With its smart, sustainable water solutions, Pentair helps the world move, improve, and enjoy water, life's most essential resource. From great tasting water for homes and businesses, to energy-efficient pumping solutions, and everywhere in between, Pentair is focused on driving innovation that helps people and the planet thrive. Visit Pentair.com to learn how. Pentair, the official sustainable water partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
Runs through a Lion. Touchdown! He's showtime!
Now, back to Vikings football on The Fan.
So the old Lions tried to quick snap the Vikings and messed up and fumbled, recovered by Andrew Van Ginkel. And 5 plays, 16 yards later, Aaron Jones gets into the end zone for his first touchdown in about a month and a half. And the Minnesota Vikings have taken a 7-0 lead over the favored Lions. Will Reichert, boom. There's the kick after the touchdown. And here comes Tom Kennedy, near side to the 5, 10, 15, 20. Gets outside the numbers to the 25. C.J. Ham wrestles Kennedy out of bounds after a 25-yard return. I like how you put that, Pete, because the Vikings only had to go 16 yards there to get the touchdown, but they just motored through them with the running game. Week after Pittsburgh ran for 230 on these Lions.
Yeah, and we've seen it. If we've seen it once, we've seen it 100 times. We even deep in the red zone, we still like to throw the football. Some of that has to do, I'm sure, with Brosmer, but man, just to be able to run the ball like we did and stick with it, I thought was fantastic.
First down Lions from their own 30. David Montgomery gets the call, jump cuts across the line of scrimmage, and he's taken down by Blake Cashman, the Minnesota Vikings leading tackler. That'll be a gain of 2 for David Montgomery, making it 2nd and 8. Cashman has 8 games this year with at least 10 tackles. If he gets a 9th this game or next, he'll be the first Viking to do that in 38 years. He had 16 tackles at the New York Giants. Second game this year, Eden Prairie's Blake Cashman had 16 tackles. Deep in the first quarter, 7-0 Vikings. Merry Christmas. Amon-Ra St. Brown in motion to the left. Jared Goff out of the shotgun. David Montgomery to his side. Eric Wilson, the Michigan native, threatens blitz, and here he comes. So Goff has to run out to the right. Now he throws over the middle. It's caught, first down. That's a cold-blooded connection. Goff running right at a throw across his body. It hung up there like it could be picked off. but Jamison Williams brought it in, gain of 15.
And for Jamison Williams, since Dan Campbell's taken over play calling, Paul, he's had 651 receiving yards, the third most in the NFL since Week 10, and then 15 receptions of 20-plus yards, which is second most. So they love getting the ball to Jamison Williams, especially in between the hash marks.
1st and 10 from the Lions 47, 7 seconds and counting to go in the first quarter. Goff under center. Montgomery the single set. Jared wants to go to the second quarter. An Aaron Jones rushing touchdown off an Andrew Van Ginkel fumble recovery paves the way for the Vikings to have a 7-0 lead, end of one, from beautiful U.S. Bank Stadium. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
Paul Sutton Bourbon is a namesake bourbon made by our family for 7 generations. Grain to glass, never sourced. Paul Sutton Bourbon, passed down to be passed around.
Minnesota deserves a go-to destination for all things high school sports in our state. All the scores, the stories, the stats, live streams, social feeds, photos, personalized team pages, breaking news. One place for everything you're looking for. That's why the Minnesota Star Tribune is launching Strip Varsity. You'll find Minnesota Star Tribune journalism, Minnesota Prep Hub stats and schedules, streams, stories, and more. Strip Varsity is Minnesota's new home for complete high school sports coverage. Sign up today at startribune.com/stripvarsity.
For all the things you have to do and places you need to be, let Uber take you there. Because you had just one more 3 rounds ago. Because the 5 a.m. flight seemed like a good idea at the time. Because check engine lights always appear at the worst possible times. And because parking downtown is a nightmare. Because there are nights out, airport trips, and car troubles in your area, there are drivers in your area. Uber. Request a ride today. Wait time varies. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Vikings faithful, listen up. Your game day checklist is more than wearing purple and gold. It's about victory from the first play to the final whistle. During tense, close calls, Dove shampoo, body wash, and deodorant keep you fresh and dry from head to toe. And what's a true Vikings tailgate without the secret weapon to sliders and sides, Hellman's Real Mayo. Then when post-game dishes pile up like a defensive line, 7th generation detergent is the powerhouse that blitzes through the grease and grime. Stock up on Dove, Hellman's, and 7th generation. And Skol Vikings.
Paul Sutton Bourbon is a namesake bourbon made by our family for 7 generations. Grain to glass, never sourced. Paul Sutton Bourbon, passed down to be passed around.
Hey, it's Chris Hockey. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from everybody on the Power Trip Morning Show. Live tomorrow morning, 5:30 to 9, right here on The Fan.
Welcome back to the start of the second quarter. Hey, Pete Burzich, I want to ask you a question about that last play that they hit for Jamison Williams for 15 yards. We brought a cross-dog blitz on the inside, a blitz that gave them problems in the first game. And once Jared Goff saw it, he immediately started flushing to his right and breaking the pocket immediately. Is it going to come down to our edge guys to pull him up on those type of blitzes?
Yeah, you may have to goad him into that. If you can get him to drift, those defensive ends might be able to get there. But I'm sure that Flores and his team saw that, and they're going to have an answer to it.
Jared Goff, 3 of 3, 38 yards on first down. He's going to hand it off to David Montgomery, and the big back plows up the middle across the 50, just across the top of the Norseman logo. Actually, that was Jahmyr Gibbs to the 49 for a run of 4 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and 6, just underway in the second quarter. Minnesota leads 7-0. So far, Gibbs and Montgomery have 15 rushing yards. That's the same total they had in the entire game last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. A dirty loss at the wire for Dan Campbell's bunch. 2nd and 6, Detroit from the Vikings 49. Goff goes under center, and he's going to hand it off to Gibbs, who jump cuts to the left, and the ball came out, and the Vikings have turned over the Lions again. Byron Murphy Jr. He comes up with the fumble. The Vikings are +2 in the take give against the Detroit Lions, who into the game had only given the ball away 8 times all season. They've already given it away twice.
And Paul, I think it was Jay Ward that came up in there and just knocked that ball loose. It's hard to tell in that pile. It might have been Harrison Smith, but
no, it was Ward.
Yeah, Ward just coming in like a missile. As soon as Jahmyr Gibbs cut that thing up, Boom, he comes in Jay Ward, but that ball looked like it might have been already on its way out. It's hard to tell with all these bodies flying around who was doing what. It might have been Cashman, actually, that got that football out.
Yep, they officially give it to Blake Cashman. The Vikings are +2 in the take-give against the stingy Detroit Lions. Minnesota leads 7-0. 1st and 10 from the Lions, 47. Toss left to Aaron Jones. He gets by the line of scrimmage. Then he turns around when he's hit at the 45-yard line, and he'll be stopped after a run of 2. It's 2nd and 8 for the Vikings, leading 7-0 on an Aaron Jones rushing touchdown.
Yeah, and right now the Vikings have -12 in passing yards. But keep running the football. Like just that off-tackle toss play we ran, there's some arm tackles by this Lions defense, Paul, and if you can keep this group on the field, those arm tackles are going to turn into big-time runs later on.
Officially, Eric Wilson forced the fumble, his 3rd this year. I figured once we got up and down throughout the entire defensive roster, we'd get it right. It goes to Wilson. Murphy on the recovery. 2nd down, and Brosmer out of the shotgun throws a bullet over the middle, and it's caught shy of the 1st down at about the 43-yard line by Ben Sims. They'll give him the 42. And that was a catch of 2 yards, making it 3rd and 5. Brosmer with a McCarthy fastball.
Yeah, well, someone's got to tell Sims that if you catch the ball once or 3 times on the same play, he only counts as 1 reception. So, I don't know what
that thing was coming in there hard, man.
That thing was bouncing all over the place. Holy cow.
So it's 3rd and 5 for the Vikings. They're 2 of 4 on 3rd down. They scrimmage from the Lions' 42-yard line and between the hash marks. Max Brosmer, wearing 12, goes out of the shotgun. Lions threaten blitz. Donovan Jackson jumped. So it'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, well, the Lions, you know this, 3rd and 10, they're going to be pinning their ears back.
False start. 64 offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
I think he meant 74.
Yeah, probably it did look like it was Donovan Jackson, but
maybe it was Brandel.
Paul, that puts the Vikings in a spot where they've given up 2 sacks already today. Both have been on 3rd and long. So for Brosmer in this situation, we're not far from field goal range.
Yeah.
So maybe a quick outside throw or something like that to try to get some points and get a 2-score lead.
Very good point. 3rd and 10 from the 47. 8 and 7 Lions, 7 and 8 Vikings. Minnesota hosts Green Bay next week to close the 2025. Brosmer looking for a 1st down, works out of the shotgun. Jalen Naylor now jumped.
Come on, guys.
I mean,
false start. Offense number 1. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Yeah, well, the cadence is a weapon, Paul. Unfortunately, it can backfire. It's a dangerous weapon, and Jalen Naylor did that. We started out with Josh Oliver on the outside, shifted him in, and then brought another receiver in motion, and then all of a sudden go on the hard count, and Jalen Naylor just jumped. So a lot of movement, a lot of pre-snap moving around on that play.
If you can get to the Lions 45 without getting a 1st down, I think that gives Reichard field goal merit. Right now they scrimmage from their own 48 on 3rd and 15. Brosmer empty backfield shotgun. Oh, he gets feet happy in the pocket, starts dancing around and got sacked again. Max Brosmer's been sacked 3 times this game, 2 of them by Aiden Hutchinson. And Aiden Hutchinson now bumps his sacks total just in the first half to 13.5. Ryan Wright punting for a 3rd time.
Yeah, not an awful job on the outside by Will Fries. It's just that Aiden Hutchinson is so fast. When Brosmer stepped up and tried to extend the play, Hutchinson was able to chase him down from behind.
Ryan Wright punting to the west side of U.S. Bank Stadium. High spiraling punt. Khalif Raymond at the 3-yard line lets it sail into the end zone. Things were so off kilter for the Vikings that possession. They had a couple of bad penalties, and Ryan Wright just kicked it into the end zone for only the 2nd touchback of his season. On the Northland Ford Dealer scoreboard, Minnesota 7, Detroit 0, 11-13 to go in the first half. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through January 4th, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
Woodbury.
When the game is over, it's time to relax. No matter if it's a win or loss, you always win at Spalon Montage, the Twin Cities' premier salon and spa destination for over 25 years. With convenient locations in Edina, Woodbury, and Chanhassen, there's a Spalon close to you. Right now, football fans, you can get a bonus when you give the gift of Spalon. Purchase a $175 gift certificate and receive a $25 gift certificate for yourself. Visit Spalon.com now or call 952-915-2900.
What's the difference between banks and a credit union like Wings? One word: ownership. Banks are owned by shareholders, so profits go to shareholders. At Wings, you own it, literally. So profits are reinvested in your financial experience in the form of member-exclusive rates, robust digital services, and locations throughout Minnesota. No one likes switching, but it's time to stop missing out on the benefits of financial ownership. Visit wingcu.com/own-it. Insured by NCUA. Membership required.
Metro Transit and the Minnesota Vikings make game day stress-free. Join fellow fans and take Metro Transit to the game. North Star will service all games with Metro blue and green lines and multiple bus routes to carry you the final yard, straight to the gates of US Bank Stadium. No need to worry about parking or downtown traffic. Make your round trip easy with the all-day pass. No standing in line for a ticket after the game. Find your game plan at metrotransit.org/Vikings.
Hey, it's Meat Sauce here. Merry Christmas and happy holidays, and most importantly, happy birthday to Chris Hockey. Vikings football now. Power Trip Morning Show returns on Monday right here on The Fan.
Conquer the cold in style. Polaris snowmobiles deliver unmatched power for winter warriors. Polaris, think outside. Also, Unreal is back with its limited edition Vikings drop. Head to unrl.com for more details. Ben Lieber, Pete Bursich, Paul Allen, and the Minnesota Vikings leading the Detroit Lions 7-0. It's Christmas Day football in Minneapolis. Jared Goff, 1st and 10 from his own 20, goes back to pass. Andrew Van Ginkel jumped, came down, and then plowed his way into Jared Goff for an Andrew Van Ginkel sack. Sacked him all the way back at the 14 for a loss of 6. They've taken down 16 twice. It'll be 2nd and 16 for the Lions.
When our offense is going to quit blocking Van Ginkel with a tight end? I mean, the Giants tried to do it last week at the end of the game, resulted in a sack. The Lions try to do it today. Van Ginkel gets around him. Yep, gets a sack. He's not your average outside linebacker. You've got to keep an offensive lineman on him.
6.5 sacks this year for the Gank. 2nd and 15 officially. Jared Goff out of the shotgun. One receiver left, 2 right. Goff back to pass. He's going to throw it over the middle. Incomplete. Looking for Jahmyr Gibbs. Covered by Andrew Van Ginkel. So now it's 3rd and 15. So the Gank takes down Jared Goff. Andrew Van Ginkel recovered a fumble that led to the Vikings' only touchdown. And there, he's covering a speedy player and stopped him.
Yeah, he recognized that route, the F angle, 2 receivers. He gets out, jams the receiver, and then immediately sees Jahmyr Gibbs releasing, and he jumps the F angle. So that you're seeing the best of Andrew Van Ginkel right now, right? Fumble recovery, beating the tight end and pass rush. Man.
Lions 0 of 2 on 3rd down. Goff back to pass, shotgun, throws over the middle, caught 1st down. It's Tesla uncovered, and the rookie heads to the 35, bumps it out left to the 40, and is taken down at the 42-yard line. That's a big reception for Isaac Tesla. 3rd-round receiver from Arkansas, and a badly needed 1st down for the Motor City Kitties.
Way too much time, and it was Harrison Smith who actually saw the route, but because it took him so long to throw it, he got himself eventually run by and out of position.
1st and 10 for Detroit from its own 47. 9:43 and counting to go in the first half. Minnesota leads 7-0. Handoff. Jahmyr Gibbs tries to go to the left side, but he was attacked from behind by Isaiah Rodgers. Gibbs will fall ahead for a gain of 1. It's 2nd and 9. Isaiah Rodgers.
Well, the first play of the game, Jared Goff recognized that and just threw kind of a jump pass out to Amon-Ra St. Brown. That was their answer to our corners blitzing when they see run. Our corners over the last few weeks have been getting tackles for TFLs and everything. that when they see run, they have the green light to just blitz off the edge.
And Byron Murphy Jr. more than off the schneid. Got his first pick of the year last week as a fumble recovery today. 2nd and 9 for the favored Lions from their own 43. Jared Goff's out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left and right. Goff's going to throw left because he sensed a big blitz up the middle and it was knocked away at the line of scrimmage. That's going to make it 3rd and 9 from the 43.
Well, every time Harrison Smith has walked up to show blitz, it's been to Dan Skipper's side. Wow. Taylor Decker being out, they are trying to attack Christian Mahogany and Dan Skipper on the left side of that offensive line.
Harrison Smith with a sack, giving him 21.5 this season, and now a pass defense. Lions 1 of 3 on 3rd down. It's 3rd and 9 from their own 43. Jared Goff out of the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 1 left. They're down. Sam Laporta and Brock Wright both out for the year. Goff back to pass, sacked a couple of times, throws for a first down to the left side at the 45-yard line. That's a cold-blooded connection, and that one goes the way of Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's a 13-yard connection to the 5th-year product from USC.
Yeah, beautiful route by Amon-Ra St. Brown. He settles right where Blake Cashman can't get him, and Fabian Moreau is just a little bit over the top. If you can't get to Jared Goff and you give him time, Paul, he's good. So we're seeing that aspect of this Lions offense.
1st and 10 Detroit from the 44 of the Vikings. Toss right to Jahmyr Gibbs. He bounces off 2 Vikings who hit him violently. Then he falls ahead to the 35-yard line. Make that they're going to give him the 38. So to be a gain of about 5. Rookie Elijah Williams absolutely smacked Jahmyr Gibbs. Didn't mean anything. He didn't go down.
Yeah, well, these guys are good. So you got to wrap up. You can't just put a shoulder in a guy and expect him to go down. Jahmyr Gibbs, he's one of, if not the best running back in the league right now. You got to wrap that guy up.
Respotted it to the 35, so it's 2nd and 1 from the Vikings 35. Jared Goff is under center. And he hands it to Gibbs on 2nd and 1. Ooh, he squirts through the line of scrimmage and gets the first down. He got shifty, getting between Redmond and Levi Drake Rodriguez to the 30. For a gain of 5. First down Lions. Minnesota leads 7-0. Middle of the 2nd quarter. And the only touchdown scored this game was off an Andrew Van Ginkel fumble recovery. 5 plays later, Aaron Jones rushed in.
That was Jahmyr Gibbs looking like David Montgomery with the patience and letting things develop in front and finding a gap to get through. So great run by Gibbs.
Jared Goff out of the shotgun this time. Amon-Ra St. Brown along with Minnesotan Shane Zylstra to the right. On first down from the 30 of the Minnesota Vikings, Goff looking right, throwing right, incomplete, threw at the feet of Amon-Ra St. Brown, covered by Michigan native Eric Wilson. So to be 2nd and 10, you may hear the name Shane Zylstra quite a bit, 4th-year Minnesota State Mankato. He is a New London Spicer product who doesn't play a ton. He never has had a National Football League touchdown reception through 4 years. But the Lions are down both tight ends, Sam Laporta and Brock Wright, which has been debilitating at times to this offense. Zylstra and Anthony Ferkser have taken up the load as Amon-Ra St. Brown goes in motion to the left. Goff's going to throw that way to Amon-Ra St. Brown. It was a screen that Harrison Smith saw from a mile away, and he brings him down at the 35. It's a TFL for the hitman, and now it's 3rd and 15.
And Paul, I don't know if it took Harrison Smith a few weeks to get loose, but the last couple of weeks he has just been all over the place. He's playing so well, blitzing off the edge, making plays like that. This is the important time of the year. You want you guys playing best at the end of the year, and Harrison Smith is playing the best football of this season.
7-zip Vikings 2nd quarter. Lions 2 of 4 on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 15 from the Vikings 35. Jahmyr Gibbs stands tall to the right of Jared Goff. 3 receivers to the right. Goff takes the snap. There's a blitz up the middle that gets through. So Goff runs out to the right. Now he's going to throw it for a first down to the 15. Van Ginkel brings down Amon-Ra St. Brown at the 11. It's a 22-yard gain where the Vikings had Goff dead to rights. He's not known for his running, but he did enough there to create a first down. Well done.
Yeah, Eric Wilson has to make that tackle, Paul. There's just too much space. When you're putting that many guys at the line of scrimmage, you're leaving areas open down the field, and you give Goff that much time, Amon-Ra finding his way across. Man, Eric, you got to come down with that tackle.
Vikings haven't given up a passing touchdown touchdown in 6 consecutive games. Back to the Baltimore game in November. 1st and 10 Lions from the Vikings 12. They're going to run. And Gibbs goes to the right side, head first into a couple of Vikings at the 10 for a gain of 3. That'll make it 2nd and 7. You have a member of the Vikings and Lions signaling for the Vikings training staff to head out to the field because a member of the Lions is down writhing in pain. Is that, that's Penei Sewell. Wow. Their right tackle, Penei Sewell.
And I can't afford any more injuries. I'll tell you what.
You know when you see players for both teams immediately after the whistle saying, come here, it's a problem.
It's a bad deal. I'll say this, Jay Ward, Paul, with Josh Metellus being put on IR, Jay Ward's been asked to be more of a run support, more of a guy in the box. Holy cow, has he lit some people up today. Jay Ward is doing a fabulous job, and you're seeing Penei Sewell right now. Yeah, it doesn't look good, and he's been a stalwart at right tackle. I can't recall the last time we played the Lions without him at right tackle.
I think he's the best right tackle in the NFL.
And he's with Taylor Decker already being out, they've Dan Skipper, Graham Glasgow being out. I mean, looks like Awasika will be his replacement.
Maple Grove High School. Yeah, Owashika played at Maple Grove High School. Win 6 free wings when you watch the Vikings play. Score 6 free boneless or traditional wings when the Vikings get 2 sacks. That would be today. They have sacks from Harrison Smith and Andrew Van Ginkel. So you'll get 6 free boneless or traditional wings from Buffalo Wild Wings. Minnesota locations thanks to the 2 sacks by the Minnesota Vikings today. Penei Sewell walking off the field under his own power. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Lions from the Vikings 9. The last time the Vikings gave up a passing touchdown, 6.5 minutes to go, November 9th, in a home game against the Ravens. It was Lamar Jackson to Mark Andrews. Since, they have not allowed a passing touchdown, and it's the longest streak in Vikings football since 1970.
Wow.
What do you think are some things that play into that?
I think it's just the pressure that you put on the quarterback, and we blitz. I mean, we blitz almost 49% of the time, which is the number 1 in the NFL, and we get pressure on the quarterback 41% of the time, which is number 1 in the NFL. And defenses tend to blitz more in the red zone because safeties there's no point in having them cover the goalpost. So as much as we blitz in the middle of the field, we're blitzing even more in the red zone. So teams don't feel good throwing, risking a lost yardage play, so they hand the ball off. I think that's really the biggest part. And then Isaiah Rodgers and Byron Murphy being so good in space this whole entire season, that combo has kept teams from throwing the football.
So Penei Sewell is out of the game, and he's replaced by Kyoto Owashika, a 4th-year player from Buffalo by way of Maple Grove High School in Minnesota. He's going to be playing right tackle. I mean, the Vikings have had at least 23, 24 offensive line combinations this year.
Oh, man.
It's so strange to see a Lions team with bookenders, not Decker and Sewell. Instead, the trick, Dan Skipper on one side, and now the Maple Grove High School product on the right side.
Yep, Skipper and Owashika. I mean, that's why you talk about if you want to throw the football here and you've got 2 guys out there playing tackles that haven't been out there, I don't think all season. I don't think Penei Sewell's missed a snap all year. And that just doesn't make you feel good about throwing the football down here.
All right, back to action. 5:17 and counting to go in the first half. 7-0 Minnesota. 2nd and 7 from the Vikings 9 goes Jared Goff, and he's under center. Puts Ferkser, the tight end, in motion to the right. Gibbs follows that, and he heads between the numbers and the hash marks, and the play stopped at the 7-yard line where he was stood up after a gain of 2. So it's 3rd and 5 from the Vikings 7. With 4:55 to go in the first half, Lions get the ball to begin the second half. Aaron Jones with a rushing touchdown, the only score in the game.
Yeah, Javon Hargrave back this week, getting himself in there. His defense is trying to figure out what personnel group the Lions are putting in, so we'll see.
The Lions are 3 of 5 on 3rd down. They can get a first down at the 2. 3rd and 5 from the Vikings 7. Jared Goff out of the shotgun. Jamison Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown to the left. To Slot to the right. Play clock to 1. Goff back to pass. Throws to the 3. And Van Ginkel stopped the runner right at the first down mark. So they didn't get a touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, though, did get 4 yards. And that should be good enough for a first down, or at least close to a first down, right?
Yeah, how about Van Ginkel, though? He's out there in space covering wide receivers. I mean, that's a big man. That's an outside linebacker, and you're having him out there defending Jahmyr Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, that's where Amon-Ra St. Brown is in the slot. He's getting the football.
All right, it's 4th and 1. And the Lions go for it. Goff's under center. 4th and 1, just outside of the 2-yard line. High formation behind Jared Goff. Now tight end Giovanni Ricci heads to the left side. On 4th down, tight end Berkshire in motion to the left. They're going to give it to David Montgomery, but first, play stoppage.
Wait, what happened here?
Feels like a timeout on the field, Pete.
Wow. They got that in just before the ball was snapped. It's too bad because Jalen Redmond got himself right into the backfield. That play probably would not have made it.
Brian Flores ain't happy about something.
Here's the thing, though. There's no timeout. These referees are just talking.
Yeah, we got.
So what is going on with this?
I don't know. The umpire's Trey Blake.
This is
bad.
bad.
Sam Darnold face mask variety. And the referee for the Indianapolis Colts game when the Vikings were down 33-0.
Yeah, this
in one of the worst officiated games known to mankind.
Paul, this kills the crowd noise, and they're just huddling up talking.
Well, subsequently, Trey Blake was demoted, Pete, into the season from referee to umpire. This is the first time we've had him all season. He's now part of Sean Smith's crew. And funny, things have gotten all goofy.
Yeah. What is it, the play clock?
There's no issues with the game clock. 4th down.
Okay. Now the crowd needs to get back into it.
Yeah,
Pete.
exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Why don't you get up and do a skull chant, man?
Yeah, and the Lions got to look at that play.
Yeah.
And they didn't like the way it looked. We might have had the right defense called at the right time, and all for naught because the referees are worried about the game clock.
All right.
Whatever.
Lions are 16 of 29 this year on 4th down. This is 4th and 1 from the Vikings 2. Offset eye right behind Jared Goff. Takes the snap on 4th down. Montgomery to the right side. Runs into Eric Wilson. Drives Wilson close to the first down. No! You didn't get it! Unless there's a bad spot, he did not get that first down.
It's going to be close, Paul. The side judge is marking it pretty darn close.
Redford, Michigan native Eric Wilson. Redford, Michigan, go crazy. He stood up David Montgomery, who has an incredibly strong lower body. Yeah, that is really tight. Kevin O'Connell right down there by the first down marker.
They're giving him the line to gain.
And KO's not challenging. He's 1 for 1 today with the challenges.
Wow.
Where is he? Yes, he is. Red flag down. Ruler of the reversal. 2 to your right in the next booth. Trying to go 2 for 2.
Challenging the ruling on the field that the runner made the line to gain.
All right.
Timeout.
It's either 1st and goal Lions from the 2, or the Vikings have the ball with 98 yards to travel to get a touchdown. 7-0 Minnesota, second quarter. A National Football League scoreboard is next on the KFAM Minnesota Vikings audio network driven by Polaris.
Hey, friends with food allergies. Life is about to get way easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, let's not argue. You've got enough stress. Just remember this name. Liam's. Liam's. Lee to the ums. As in Liam's frozen entrees that are free of the top 9 allergens. What? Gluten-free, too. Delicious, nutritious, ready in minutes, safe meals for you, your kids, and even those adorable people who can eat whatever they want. Liam's rocks. To find which grocer's freezers are cool enough to stock Liam's, head to saferplate.com.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
A winning team needs great players. At Trade Home Shoes, we have legendary players like Birkenstock, Brooks, New Balance, UGG, Adidas, and Nike. We also have top performers like Hoka, On, Olakai, UFOs, Ultra, and a rising star, Rival. Whether you're gearing up for game day or the daily hustle, score a winning pair for the whole family at Trade Home Shoes. Proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings. Trade Home Shoes. Enjoy life. Feet first.
While the Lions are waiting on the front porch, the Vikings are in the house ransacking it and headed out the back door. Happy holidays from all of us here at The Fan.
Scoreboard Central.
is brought to you by the Minnesota Lottery. You can play the new Viking scratch game from the Minnesota Lottery, and you get a chance to win up to $100,000 instantly. Earlier today, Dak Prescott throws for 307 and a couple of touchdowns. The Cowboys get the win over the Commanders, 30-23. Coming up after this game, the Chiefs are out of it. The Broncos have been hot. Bo Nix, my gosh, this kid, 24 touchdowns, just 10 interceptions. He's thrown for over 3,600 yards. You got the Broncos taking on the Chiefs. PA, it looks like it's going to be first down and goal for the Lions.
Yes, sir. KO lost the challenge, so the Lions have it first and goal from the 2. Thank you, Muss. And Merry Christmas to you and your family. 7-0 Minnesota with 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Jared Goff is under center. Gives it to David Montgomery. Runs up the middle into a couple of Vikings who came surging in. Blake Cashman and Levi Drake Rodriguez. No gain, Ben Lieber.
Yeah, guys, we lost a big beef eater up front for our defensive line. Elijah Williams is now officially questionable with an ankle injury. So just one more guy up front that we could use that may not be in this game.
Thanks, Ben. They do get Javon Hargrave back. He missed the Giants game. Second and goal from the 2, approaching the 2-minute timeout. In fact, we're going to get to it. Minnesota leads 7-0. Second and goal from the 2 for the Lions when we return to Minneapolis on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris.
Huddle up, Vikings Nation. Don't let that Skol chant fade. Let it echo through the hallways, the bars, the stadium, and the city. Because when the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns, you'll get a free Big Mac with a purchase of $2 or more. Only in the McDonald's app. Offer valid once per person the day after the Vikings score 2+ touchdowns through 2/28/26 at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
For Minnesotans, whatever the season, we live outdoors. And no one knows that better than Polaris, the American power sports company. From tasks to trails or lakes to lanes, with brands like Polaris Slingshot and Ranger side-by-sides, Indy snowmobiles, and Bennington pontoons, Polaris is your partner to think outside. Polaris, proud partner of your Minnesota Vikings.
All right, team, huddle up. It's game time at Mystic Lake. Score season-long prizes with drawings, giveaways, and more action at the official casino of the Minnesota Vikings. Catch a $15 round-trip ride to U.S. Bank Stadium for a Minnesota Vikings home game with Mystic Lake Game Day Park and Ride. And raise a glass to victory with game day food and drink specials at Hop House, the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination. Check out the latest casino promotions at mysticlake.com. You don't want to miss out.
When it comes to managing your blood pressure, you play to win. You've made changes to your diet. You stay active. You've followed your doctor's game plan to the letter. But when it comes to your health, you can't always tackle it alone. Go beyond typical treatments with a Simplicity blood pressure procedure. Brought to you by Medtronic, official sponsor of the Vikings. Talk to your doctor. Results may vary. Adverse events include but are not limited to temporary pain and bruising. Read important risk factor information at beyondhbp.com.
The Gopher football team closes the season against New Mexico in the Reeds Bowl, Friday at 3:30 on the audio home of the Gophers, KFAN.
Stream your Vikings coverage, shows and insight right on your big screen. It's Fox Local, a free streaming app. Stay connected with your Vikings and local news with Fox Local. Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium. Merry Christmas from the KFAN Minnesota Vikings audio network. Ben Lieber, Pete Bursich, on-site producer Chad Abbott, engineer Jared Wells, Muss at Scoreboard Central. The numbers are being run by the best in the biz, David Koob. Brandon Molesky is the master control supervisor. Zach Halverson, Nick Madden, they're on the social team here at U.S. Bank Stadium, and the Vikings lead 7-0. 2 minutes to go in the game. Make that in the first half. 2 minutes to go in the first half. And the Lions have it second and goal from the Vikings 2-yard line. Single set, David Montgomery, 2 tight ends to the right. Along with Isaac Toslaw, Goff back to pass, throws to the end zone, incomplete. right at the goal line. He tried to find somebody at the goal line and snapped the Minnesota Vikings 6 games straight, not giving up a passing touchdown. That was veteran tight end Anthony Ferkser. Doesn't exactly run the routes like Sam Laporta, does he?
No, he doesn't. And a great job by Blake Cashman on not biting on the run fake and actually getting himself into coverage. So the Lions took a shot there. It's going to be very interesting to see. You know this is 4-down territory.
It's 3rd and goal from the 2. 7-0 Minnesota. Lions ball. Goff under center again. Puts Ferkser in motion to the left, back to the right. Now they're going to run Montgomery. Stutter steps up the middle and runs right into Jalen Redmond. It's another tackle for loss by Jalen Redmond. He has 12 this season. And now it's 4th and goal from the 4 for the Detroit Lions, who will go for it. Minnesota leads 7-0.
For the Lions, you have to sit there and go without your left tackle, Taylor Decker, without Penei Sewell. I mean, what are the odds of them getting back down into this kind of territory? So they want to capitalize on it. Just stay on sides.
Lions 1 of 1 on 4th down conversions.
Now, Campbell's walking down by the side, Judge, so if the Vikings give him a look that he doesn't like, I think he's going to let this clock run down and take a timeout.
And that's what he does. The Lions have 3 timeouts. Minnesota has 1. And it'll be 4th and goal from the 4 for the Detroit Lions. Known in their better days for being one of the most aggressive 4th down teams in the NFL. A team that runs trick plays. They put right tackle Penei Sewell on jet sweep actions. They throw passes from Amon-Ra St. Brown to Jared Goff. Well, ever since Ben Johnson left and became the head coach of the Chicago Bears, John Morton was the offensive coordinator. They got so bored with him after the Vikings game, Dan Campbell took the play calling from Morton. Now they never run trick plays.
Right, he lasted 9 weeks. How about this job by our defense, Paul?
Yeah.
The Lions got a 1st down on the 2-yard line, and 3 plays later, they're back on the 4.5. So our defense has just done an outstanding job.
7-zip Vikings, 1:10 to go in the first half. 4th and goal from the 4 for the 8-7 Detroit Lions. Jared Goff out of the shotgun, walks up to the backup center. Crowds loud at US Bank Stadium. Play clock at 2. Takes the snap. 4th and goal. Goff straight drop, throws to the end zone and caught. Touchdown Detroit Lions. What a bullet from Jared Goff. And it's Isaac Tesla who snaps the Minnesota Vikings 6.5 game streak of not allowing any passing touchdowns. And it's now 7-6 Minnesota.
Now the Vikings just going with the 4-man rush and just not quite getting there. It's amazing, and I think that was a busted route because you had Amon-Ra St. Brown and Tesla right next to each other, and Tesla comes down with it. If Cashman would have pulled his eyes down, I think he would have been able to pick that thing off.
All right, here's Jake Bates, 2nd year from Arkansas for the extra point try. 52 of 54 this year. And we have another play stoppage. The Sean Smith / Trey Blake crew. Definitely in control of this game. One way to put it. All right. Hogan Hatton is the snapper for the Lions. Jack Fox, the punter, holds. He likes to throw, too. Be careful. And Jake Bates kicks. Snap spot. Bates, end over end. And we're tied with 1:05 to go in the first half. The Detroit Lions, holy cow. 19 plays, 80 yards, 10 minutes, 8 seconds, and they get a passing touchdown on 4th down, and we're tied at 7.
Yeah, and the Vikings are +2 in this first half with 2 Detroit fumbles. And, you're not getting a whole lot of that going into halftime. And offensively, Paul, Brosmer 4 of 6 for 13 yards, and we've got 48 on the ground. So offensively, we've just not been able to get in any sort of a rhythm, and then them being on the sidelines for the last 10 minutes. The Vikings had a nice lead in time of possession going into that drive, but the defense on 3rd down giving up big plays. We got to Goff, but he was able to extend it enough to make some big plays on 3rd down, and they continued that drive the whole way. It took them a lot 19 plays to get 80 yards. So the defense have definitely made him earn it.
Jared Goff, 9 of 13, 103 yards, 8.6 on the yards per attempt. 8.6 yards per attempt for Jared Goff. Man, he's been sacked a couple of times, but man, he's a tough customer, isn't he?
Are we saying?
Yeah, he definitely is, Paul. I mean, if you just give him room to move and give him just too much time, he's so good.
Boom! There's the kick. No Miles Price still. He got himself nicked up with an ankle on the first play of the game. Ty Felton with the fair catch. Ben Lieber, that Jared Goff, man. I mean, Lions are not going to make the playoffs. They're favored today. They're down offensive linemen. He's just such a tough customer.
Well, so much of it is, I think, what we're doing on the back end of our defense, too. We gave up. Keep in mind, yes, they've got to earn every one of those yards on that scoring drive, but it was 3rd and 15, they convert. 3rd and 9, they convert. 3rd and 15, they convert. They convert because we're bringing pressure, but we're playing such a soft zone behind it that if we don't get to the quarterback, he has all sorts of time to find those open spaces and those voids. We got to do a better job in the back end and getting in to Jared Goff.
Minute 5 to go in the first half. Max Brosmer back to pass. He gets away from the pressure to the right. Now he throws it to the right. Out of bounds. Flag came in late where Jalen Naylor was being covered by DJ Reed. And the flag came in that vicinity, and it's going to go against the Lions.
Illegal contact.
Yep.
Defense number 4. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
This will be their 3rd penalty of some sort involving their makeshift secondary.
Yeah.
And like I said, the Sean Smith staff, they just really snip out these secondary penalties about as well as anybody.
They do, and I think it would be a huge boom for the Vikings in the passing game if they called it a tight game in that regard, because the Lions do a lot of that. They're very physical with their defensive backs.
7-7, 59 seconds to go in the first half. Minnesota with 1 timeout remaining. Lions get the ball to begin the second half. Brosmer out of the shotgun, back to pass. Nearly hit as he throws it over the middle, and it's caught at the 44-yard line by Aaron Jones, who has the only Vikings touchdown this game. That was a 4-yard gain. Jones got the touchdown by land, and we're tied at 7. Clock runs 43. 42-41. Max Brosmer, 2 receivers left, 1 right. 4-man rush for the Lions. Brosmer hoists the white flag and just goes down because he was sacked again. And it wasn't even a blitz that time. And that'll be another sack for the Detroit Lions. And the Vikings are going to use the timeout.
I think it was Al-Quadin Muhammad that got in there.
Yeah, 10th sack for him.
10th sack for him this year. It's, Brosmer's getting to the top of his drop, and it's just things aren't opening up in front of him, right? And
Max been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, he's been trying to pull that thing down and go forward, but these Aiden Hutchinson, Muhammad, they've got some very athletic defensive linemen, and he just can't get away from them. So it hasn't been necessarily horrible per se, where guys are just getting destroyed like Justin School, but at the same time, the timing of our offense is just not there. And the bad part of it, Paul, is you're only but 10 or 15 yards away from being in field goal range. So let's see, 3rd and 16. This is a tough one.
Vikings 2 of 5 on 3rd down. Brosmer 5 of 7, 17 yards. 2 receivers left and right. 3-man rush. Max straight drop. Checks down over the middle. Caught Aaron Jones at the 40. Shakes to the left. Anzalone brings him down at about the 45-yard line. That'll be a gain of 11. Minnesota has no timeouts remaining. So Dan Campbell will use one of his 2 final timeouts. Or did Aaron Jones get shaken up?
He got shaken up, and that's the thing with with the way they tackle nowadays. They just grab on and try to pull guys down from behind. It was Jack Campbell that kind of pulled him down and landed on his ankle. So
Anzalone late on the scene. On the sidelines, Ben Lieber.
Yeah, guys, I saw firsthand what happened to Aaron Jones. It didn't look good, and they're kind of taking a look at it. Could be anything from his hip to his left knee to his left ankle, because he had his leg planted in the ground as he got bent over backwards as he's walking off the field right now with a very noticeable limp on that left side. But, I just want to add to what you guys are talking about. They're making life really difficult for our offense, and one thing I've noticed is, we talk so much about, are they playing man coverage? Are they in zone coverage? We thought going into this game they're going to play a lot of man coverage. Well, what they're doing is they're rolling down their secondary up at the line of scrimmage, making it look like press man coverage. But then when the snap of the football, they're sort of bailing out and playing a zone. So it's given a very, very cloudy look for Max Brosmer and our receivers because he's thinking man coverage, and at the snap of the ball, he has to decide where he can work his progressions and find that open guy.
Hey, Ben, the Lions have 11 guys on the line of scrimmage. Look, no punt returner. 26 seconds to go in the first half. So Ryan Wright took a couple of steps up to take Andrew DePaula's snap. We'll see what the Lions have up their sleeves here, unless they think Ryan Wright might be throwing. There's the quick snap, big rush up the middle. And that whole thing was null and void for the Lions. Ball bounces at the 20 to the 15 to the 10, inside the 5, and it's another touchback for Ryan Wright. Into the game with 1. He currently has 3. On the season, that is. Game tied at 7, 15 seconds to go in the first half. And Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions offense will head out to the field with 2 timeouts, and they get the ball to begin the second half. Normally, NFL halftimes are about 12, 13 minutes. Today's is going to be 20 minutes. Snoop Doggy Dogg is going to be performing with others here at US Bank Stadium. This game is televised by Netflix, so therefore it's a Netflix production. So the halftime show with Main Man Musk, a little longer today than usual. And you'll be hearing Snoop Doggy Dogg in the background here at US Bank Stadium. Jared Goff goes out of the shotgun, 18 seconds to go in the first half. First down from his own 23 receivers to the right. Last possession, Goff and Isaac Tesla snap the Vikings 6 games straight with no passing touchdowns allowed. Goff back to pass. He slides out to the left, but he's going to be sacked. Down goes Jared Goff. I believe that was Blake Cashman. If it was, that's his first sack of the season, and that'll get us to halftime. Game tied at 7. Lions get the ball to begin the second half. We'll be back soon on the KFAM Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris.
Eagan, Minnesota is the proud home of the Minnesota Vikings, and it's also the ultimate destination for fantastic fun. Eagan features over 100 unique restaurants and amazing attractions, such as Twin Cities Premium Outlets and the Vikings Museum. And when you stay in any of Eagan's 19 incredible hotels Thursday through Sunday and pick your package, you'll receive 2 free tickets to the Vikings Museum. Other great offers are also available. For complete details, visit enjoyegan.com. That's enjoyegan.com.
She's Jen, the ultimate Vikings fan.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show Fan Show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
It's okay, Daddy's here. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. Josh Allen beat Daddy's team and really went off. When the game ends, Daddy's ranking will fall. And jerk-face Bill will win Fantasy League trophy and all.
Hon, have a Snickers.
Thanks.
And maybe take a break from the league chat.
You're distracted when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
All the planning, work, and preparation for the holidays. Why do we do it? In the blur of life, we can take our blessings for granted, distracted by the noise and our own interests. We gather to slow down and reflect on what truly matters, time with loved ones, and cherishing simple moments. We gather to choose gratitude. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at Shields.
Wolves back.
Fire at the buzzer and hit it!
Hear the howl live tonight on the Minnesota Timberwolves channel on the free iHeartRadio app.
Yeah, baby!
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Vikings football.
Minnesota Wild Winnipeg Jets Saturday at 6 on the audio home for Wild Hockey. FM 100.3 KFXN, Minneapolis, St. Paul, The Fan.
The Minnesota Vikings halftime report is presented by US Bank, Polaris, Happy Thursday Spiked Refreshers, and by Twin Cities Orthopedics. Now live from US Bank Stadium, here's Mike Mussman.
Tied up 7-7 here at U.S. Bank Stadium. They're setting up the stage. Snoop Dogg's going to be taking the stage here at the halftime show, and here are your halftime stats presented by Lumen, official technology partner of the Minnesota Vikings. And for that first half, Max Brosmer, 6 of 8, 27 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That's a passer rating of 78.6. Jones on the ground, 10 carries, 37 yards, and he got Jefferson through the air. He had 2 receptions for 14 yards. They brought down Jared Goff 3 times in that first half. It's Van Ginkel, Wilson, and also Harry the Hitman getting a sack in that. And I mentioned Jared Goff. He's 9 of 13, 103, a touchdown, 0 interceptions, 118.4 on that passer rating. And St. Brown has 5 receptions, 46 yards. Gibbs on the ground, 9 carries for 28 yards in the first half. And there's a new way that you can stream your Vikings coverage, shows, and insight right on your big screen TV. It's Fox Local, a free streaming app. Search Fox Local on your streaming device, install, and then stay connected with your Vikings and local news with Fox Local. As I mentioned, it's tied up 7-7. We've got Tatum Everett, who's going to be joining me from the Vikings Entertainment Network in the second half of this, as we can't wait. Everybody's like hanging out in the booth. Normally at halftime they don't. Everybody's like, we got to see Snoop. Can't wait for Snoop Dogg to be taking the stage here at U.S. Bank Stadium on Christmas Day. And located at Eden Prairie Center, Wildfire offers steaks, chops, and seafood in a modern-day 1940 supper club. You can join them for lunch, dinner, and carry out. You can plan your next event in one of their private rooms, or you can let them cater to your home or office. Visit wildfirerestaurant.com. As I mentioned, Tatum's going to be joining me coming up next. We're going to discuss, I'm looking at this passing net yards for the Vikings, negative 12. We'll get into all that. That's coming next. This is Vikings football.
When a loved one's memory starts to fade, it's more than forgetting names or dates. It's watching pieces of their life quietly slip away. At the Wellshire Memory Care, it isn't just treatment, it's understanding. The team at Wellshire provides specialized support, dignity, and a safe environment where every moment matters. If your family is facing the challenges of Alzheimer's or dementia, the Wellshire is here to walk that journey with you, with compassion and with care. Visit the Wellshire today at wellshiremn.com, wellshiremn.com.
Officer, can I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your Twin Cities Hyundai dealer, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings. Offer ends January 2nd. Call 480-500-7931 for details.
This season, come home for the holidays to Mall of America, where twinkling lights spark joy, music fills the air, and every corner invites connection and celebration. It's where families gather, friends laugh a little louder, and memories shine long after the season ends. From festive photo ops to one-of-a-kind gifts, every visit feels like a celebration. Warm cocoa in hand, wonder in your heart. This is holiday magic made real, where joy gathers, magic lingers, and togetherness is the true gift. Mall of America, holidays together.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
The Gopher football team closes the season against New Mexico in the Raids Bowl, Friday at 3:30 on the audio home of the Gophers, KFAN.
The party for show. Slip my girl up on the phone when she grab in the back door. Chickens looking at me strange, but you know what I step up in this mother, just a swing in my hand, a trip, quick talk, quick walk if you damn get set. Take up all that whistle and take this ownership out of town, put it down for the father of rap. And if you haven't taken crack, then come back, hit back. That's the part of success if you believe in that. Be relieving your stress. It's Christmas and we're about to do some of my favorite Christmas songs.
Welcome back. Vikings football Sunday on a Christmas night. We got Snoop on the stage. Tatum and I were supposed to be doing a halftime show here, but both of us are watching this. Is outstanding. As we got a 7-7 tie here at the half.
It's so interesting, the meshing of the old school Snoop Dogg songs that we know and like Christmas classics.
Right.
You hear it?
He can pull off anything. Wait, hold on 1 second. I can barely hear you. I want to hear this. Oh, that is spectacular.
I mean, the outfit, too.
Oh.
All red.
Yeah.
All red fur.
He's
velvet.
just so cool. Hey, showcase your football fandom by submitting your photo as a Jameson Football Fanatic of the Week. You can enter at Vikings.com for your chance to win weekly prizes and also the grand prize. As Snoop has the center stage here at US Bank Stadium. Tatum, we're watching the Minnesota Vikings here, and the one stat that really is standing out to me is if you go total net passing yards for the Vikings, it's -12.
It is. Indeed it is. And Aaron Jones being injured is also a bit of a scary thing because your run game is carrying your offense this game. I mean, to be fair, your defense is carrying this game so far, similar to how the season has been so far. It's been like this and like that, and hopefully we get more run game in the second half.
Love this. I'm listening to everything you're saying, Tatum.
No, it's good. I'm getting distracted by all the changes. Oh, wow. Okay, Mus, for those, are you have kids, right?
Yes, I do.
Are they into K-pop Demon Hunters?
No, they're too old for that, but...
Huntrix is performing right now.
No way.
Yes, that is a huge deal to most children right now.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I absolutely love it. Hey, Vikings fans, you can buy any pothole pizza or 20-ounce Pepsi or Mountain Dew with quick rewards for your chance to score big. One weekly winner is going to get $500 in a gift card if they score a touchdown over 50 yards this week. One lucky fan wins $5,000. And Tatum, that's what we're going to need. Basically, our offense has to get going on this. We talked about the run game there. Got to get Brosmer going as he's 6 of 8, 27 yards so far with the passer rating of 78.6. But this offense and Jets, we got to get them going.
Got to get them going because if you think about how the defense has been playing perfectly, right? Like they have, besides that touchdown, which they had all those stops at the goal line. When you think, oh, sorry, I'm getting distracted by Snoop Dogg again. This is the one I've been waiting for.
Oh, well, let it breathe then.
I got the rollie on my arm.
This is the coolest.
Oh, man. This is awesome.
Celebrating Christmas with Snoop Dogg.
Well, I just think the defense is setting up the offense to succeed. They're doing what they need to do. You wanted turnovers early in the season. You wanted to get better field position. They are doing those things, and this offense needs to capitalize.
Yeah, we created a couple of turnovers there as Gibbs has a fumble. We also have Goff has a fumble. Van Ginkel so far in this first half has been fantastic.
And vintage Harrison Smith, I think you could say.
Oh, yeah.
He is everywhere right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It has been just an awesome first half defensively. How do you feel that offensive line is holding up in the fact that I think there's one starter that's actually playing? Yeah.
I mean, here's gosh, I forget how many Snoop Dogg songs I know. Does the man age?
No.
Does he age?
Maybe I should have got into that weed thing way earlier than I did. I wouldn't look this old.
He's still got it. We're hoping that this offensive line will get it in the second half, obviously.
Right.
It's a tough task. The Lions are pressuring Brosmer as you would expect of a rookie quarterback.
Yep.
And so I think that this line is, they're trying to gel as best they can, but in those situations of short yardage, you got to capitalize. These penalties don't help when you keep getting backed up either, like the back-to-back false starts.
Right. And then when you got a guy like Aiden Hutchinson who's got 2 sacks already in this first half, he is an absolute menace. And you got that, of course, rookie, essentially quarterback. He is still a rookie, but I mean, I don't know. It looks like the moment so far in the first half was just a little bit more. than it has been for him in others.
Just think of the gravity of the situation, though. Like, you're on Netflix. It's the only game on. It's Christmas Day. Like, you're asking a lot of your rookie quarterback right now. Laney Wilson is performing at halftime, for goodness sake.
Come on. Oh, this is the absolute best. If you were given tickets and you went, it's Christmas, I don't want to go. No, you're missing a great show here at the halftime.
Louisiana's own, love her.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Bell bottoms on and everything.
She got the winter whiteout memo. She's wearing all white, beautiful, looking amazing. Snoop Dogg's jamming.
Oh, just the best.
Yeah, this is awesome. I really hope that, I know that the players aren't seeing this right now, but I really do hope that when the Vikings come back out, they know this crowd is going to be back into it and ready to go.
Oh, absolutely. We got Snoop.
Oh, we have a surprise.
Oh.
This is Andrea Bocelli.
Yes. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my gosh.
Just like the ones I used to know.
That's his son.
Yes. Yep.
That is his son.
He passed that down, didn't he?
I was going to say, man, I didn't realize he ran to the family.
This is a Netflix thing. I would not be surprised if somehow Adam Sandler shows up in this halftime show.
I would need that. This needs. I'd be over with.
It would be the absolute best. All right, like we mentioned, 7-7 here at the half. Your Minnesota Vikings and the Lions.
I mean, it is the holiday show. It could be a Hanukkah song.
Yes. All four of them on stage. Just the, oh my goodness. Lights out.
I forgot you.
This whole place is absolutely lit up.
Dang.
How amazing.
Merry Christmas!
Well, that was super fun. If you got to also watch it on TV, the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders were some of the dancers as well.
Oh, yeah. Yep, absolutely. Oh, man. What a Christmas gift given to us here.
It's mass chaos in the field. They're running away so that we can get this game going.
Right. And, some concerns that we do have there as we got to the end of that half where we had some injuries. I mean, very first play, the kickoff, Miles Price goes down. He's injured. And then we don't know, as you mentioned, Aaron Jones, who's got 10 carries, 37 yards so far and a touchdown in that first half. But he went down and it looked like he was in a lot of pain.
He looked like he was limping off. Now, we've seen him injured before during a game, be questionable, come right back in like last week. So I know he's durable. I know he's tough. And if he has any bit of knowledge that he can play, that man will be out there. I have no doubt.
Right. And we got to get that short passing game going again. The quick game, as they like to call it.
The process to get him, get him his yardage. What Jetson can do after the catch, yards after a catch, is something that I think they need to take more advantage of. I think you get a great point there.
Yeah, keep everything in front of Brosmer, make it a little easier. Let's hit between the numbers and use those tight ends we got.
He is known for his quick release.
Yep.
I think he just needs to trust himself and go back into that because he's made some smarter decisions if he's in a bad situation, taking sacks. But as we know, he's a quick processor, so let's hope to see some of that in the second half.
Tatum, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, you guys.
So much fun.
So fun.
It was a blast on the Minnesota Vikings
sorry you had
audio
to deal
network.
with our live reaction.
Driven by Polaris.
For Minnesotans, whatever the season, we live outdoors. And no one knows that better than Polaris, the American power sports company. From tasks to trails or lakes to lanes. With brands like Polaris Slingshot and Ranger Side-by-Sides, Indy Snowmobiles, and Bennington Pontoons, Polaris is your partner to think outside. Polaris, proud partner of your Minnesota Vikings.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Hey, Vikings fans, are you ready to grow your own Super Bowl team? GPAC has 34 years in the recruiting game, and we're here to help you source top talent across multiple industries nationwide. Don't wait on the sidelines. Visit gogpac.com today. That's GOGPAC.com. GPAC, your friends in South Dakota and proud supporters of the Minnesota Vikings. Skol Vikings, and go GPAC.
Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings are teaming up to put you in the ride of your dreams. Picture this. You behind the wheel of a brand new 2025 Ford Bronco Big Bend. Nice picture. Make it happen. Stop by your local Quick Trip, and for every dollar you spend using Quick Rewards, you'll earn a point to spend in the Vikings Fan Zone. Buy special qualifying products and earn bonus Fan Zone points. Kick off your winning season the right way with Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings. Details at quicktrip.com/fanzone.
The radio home of the Vikings, Gophers, and Wild. Minnesota sports station is FM 100.3 KFAN. Now back to the stadium and the fans, Paul Allen.
Halftime at U.S. Bank Stadium, courtesy of Snoop Doggy Dogg, was nothing but a G thing. The Vikings are hoping this is nothing but a W thing. Game's tied at 7 into the second half, and the Lions get the ball first. Ben Lieber, Pete Bursich, Paul Allen. Now, I'd say 99.8% of the people here at U.S. Bank Stadium were extremely pleased with that halftime show, Pete. Except for this member of the Lions coaching staff I ran into outside of the box. He's like, they turned off all the third floor lights in the building. We can't do any work at halftime.
Oh,
and I was
bad.
thinking, wow, that's crafty.
I was wondering why our coaches all had flashlights, right, on their desks when they showed up. So it's a little insider information. That's good.
Play like a Viking to Mystic Lake, your game day headquarters. Learn more at mysticlake.com. Vikings fans right now, pick up a commemorative Pepsi Vikings Cup at U.S. Bank Stadium or participating Hy-Vee or Buffalo Wild Wings locations for your chance to win Victor's Ride or other great prizes. Vikings fans deserve Pepsi, so let's skol. Boom! There's the kick to begin the second half. Game all tied at 7. Here comes Tom Kennedy. He's to the 5, 10, 15, far side of the field, 20, 25, 30. Tyler Batty and other Vikings bring him down. It is a 30-yard return by Tom Kennedy. Miles Price has been ruled out of the game for the Minnesota Vikings. Jared Goff threw a touchdown pass to Isaac Tesla. The Arkansas rookie has 6 this year, 33 for Jared Goff. But that snapped the Minnesota Vikings 6-game streak without allowing a passing touchdown. And Jared Goff, one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL, is 9 of 13 for 103 yards and said touchdown. It's 1st and 10, Detroit from its own 33. Handoff, Jahmyr Gibbs. Jump cut to the left, right into the awaiting arms of Jonathan Allen. And the veteran brings him down for no gain. It's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, what a great job by Jalen Redmond and our defense up front, Paul. We're reestablishing the line of scrimmage. Kingsley Watkins he's trying to do his best, but I think this being week 2 between Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, Jalen Redmond, they are just doing a fantastic job in the middle.
Penei Sewell, a tough guy. Left in the second quarter, he's back at right tackle for the Motor City Kitties. Game tied at 7, 2nd and 10. Lions. Goff, shotgun, looks right, throws right, caught at the 38-yard line, and reaching out for a first down in very, very game fashion is the tenacious Amon-Ra St. Brown. He dragged Byron Murphy Jr. for about a couple of yards, ended up being a 9-yard gain, so it's going to be 3rd and short, Amon-Ra.
Now, Isaiah Rodgers had an opportunity, really. Back in the day, that would have been a decleater. I mean, he was sitting right on the flat, cover 2 umbrella, ball coming in the flat. He could have lit Amon-Ra St. Brown up. He just kind of gave him a shoulder, and Amon-Ra kept churning his legs and gets the first down. So here we go.
All right, the Lions 3 of 7 on 3rd down. The touchdown they scored was on 4th down.
And they changed the chain, so they gave him the first down.
Oh, he got the first down.
This is a big drive right here, Paul. I mean, our defense needs to...
Yeah, he got the first down.
Yeah, they got to find a way to get the offense back on the field. Minus 12 yards passing in the first half.
1st and 10 from the Lions 43. Amon-Ra St. Brown in motion to the left. Handoff David Montgomery. And the beef-eating running back heads to the right side. Hit and stopped at the 45 for a gain of 2. And Dan Skipper, the replacement left tackle for Taylor Decker, slow to get up. He's going to stay in the game, but, man, they could be down to their 3rd left tackle if that thing goes bad.
Yeah, and with the Lions in all black. I mean, black from head to toe, a little bit of blue and some silver. That left ankle tape on Penei Sewell, it just stands out like he's wearing a ski boot.
2nd and 8 from the 45. Jared Goff under center. Amon-Ra St. Brown in motion to the left. Handoff David Montgomery to the right. Sweet jump cut to the left. Stood up at the 50-yard line. That's where he stopped. It'll be a gain of 5 yards for David Montgomery, making it 3rd and 3 from right around the 50-yard line as the Lions head to the east side of U.S. Bank Stadium in a game tied at 7, just underway in the second half.
Yeah, great tackle by Theo Jackson, Paul, meeting Montgomery in the gap and not letting him fall forward. That's what this Lions offense, they run after the catch. They fall forward after contact with the running game. Just a great job by both he and Jay Ward today.
3rd and 3 from the 50. Goff, shotgun, bunch of Vikings strewn across the line of scrimmage. In fact, 7 of them. 2 receivers right, 1 left. It's a gun run. The Vikings snipped it out beautifully. Jonathan Allen hit the tailback at the line of scrimmage. Said tailback falls ahead for a gain of 2. They're short on the first down. That was David Montgomery. Following the blocking of New London Spicers, Shane Zylstra. So now it's 4th and 1 from the Vikings 47. The Detroit Lions, one of the more aggressive 4th down operations in the National Football League, are going to go for it.
We need a Jalen Redmond right here. I'll tell you that.
They're 2 of 2 on 4th down. Off under center, tailback David Montgomery. 2 tight ends off to the right.
Nope, they moved.
Did they jump?
Yes.
Flags, yes. Boy, you snipped that thing out from a mile away. Are you kidding me? I mean, you snipped that out before Trey Blake. Well, anyway.
False start. Offense number 84. 5-yard penalty.
No, wait. That's Shane Zylstra. He has 50 friends and family members here.
Paul, that's a huge penalty because now the Lions are forced to punt. And I mean, for the defense to get out there, stop them on one move of the chains. I mean, to get off the field quickly, that was huge. That was absolutely huge.
Speedy Naylor is the one deep for the Vikings as Bo Richter runs into the game late. Jack Fox, end over end punt. Naylor calls for a fair catch, filling in for Price, and he brings it in sure-handedly at the 13. Let's pause. On the sleep number scoreboard, Vikings get the ball for the first time in the second half in a game tied at 7. 11:05 to go in the third quarter on the KFAM Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, while Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
You're listening to Vikings football.
Martin Marietta, an American-based company, is a leading producer of heavy building materials and the top supplier of aggregates and asphalt to the Twin Cities. Guided by values like safety, integrity, and stewardship, Martin Marietta strives to provide the materials on which our communities grow. Visit martinmarietta.com to learn more. Interested in a career with a rock-solid team offering competitive pay and benefits? Visit careersthatcrush.com to apply today. Skol Vikings!
For Minnesotans, whatever the season, we live outdoors. And no one knows that better than Polaris, the American power sports company. From tasks to trails or lakes to lanes, with brands like Polaris Slingshot and Ranger side-by-sides, Indy snowmobiles, and Bennington pontoons, Polaris is your partner to think outside. Polaris, proud partner of your Minnesota Vikings.
She's Jen, the ultimate Vikings fan. Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show Fan Show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Hey, it's Corey Cove. You can check out the Power Trip Morning Show weekday mornings on the Fan 5:30 to 9. But you're listening to the Minnesota Vikings take on the Detroit Lions on Christmas on the Fan.
All right, welcome back to the game. A little injury update for you. Elijah Williams and Miles Price are officially out for this game as the offense takes over. One thing we talked about, Max Brosmer and these wide receivers have to break the pre-snap code, whether it's going to be press man or zone. We'll find out here in the second half.
Well, let's start breaking it. 1st and 10. Toss right to Aaron Jones. Stood up at the line of scrimmage. Falls out for a gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Brosmer is 6 of 8. For 27 yards, so that's a yards per attempt of 3 and small change. Aaron Jones, 11 runs for about 39 yards. Minnesota Moving Company makeshift with Justin School making his 8th start at left tackle. Michael Juergens, second-year Wake Forest, making his 2nd start at center. Blake Brandel making his 9th start this year, 31st in his career, replacing Brian O'Neill at right tackle. 2nd and 9 from the Vikings 15. Game tied at 7. Jefferson in short motion to the left. Brosmer back to pass. Throws to the left. Incomplete. Off the right hand of Josh Oliver. So now it's 3rd and 9.
Yeah, and that short motion is really a result of what Ben was just alluding to. Is if you're getting man, then the defensive back will follow him. If it's just zone, they'll bump it. So they're trying to give Max as much insight as they can. 3rd and long. This has not been a good down for the Vikings today, and Max Brosmer with protection. C.J. Ham in the backfield to help solidify that.
And Brosmer's out of the shotgun. 3 receivers left. Naylor, Jefferson, and Addison. 3rd and 9 from the 15. Brosmer's been sacked 4 times. Minnesota 2 of 6 on 3rd down. Lions blitz. Brosmer throws left, shy of the 1st down. Caught at the 21-yard line by Justin Jefferson. That's a reception of 6 yards. But he's short of the 1st down, so Ryan Wright is in to punt again. But that reception means Justin Jefferson is now 7 yards from the most receiving yards through 6 years of anybody in the history of the NFL, passing Randy Moss. Man, it's just an absolute slog to get to that number.
It is, and I mean, the Detroit Lions only 138 yards of offense. I mean, their defense is doing a fantastic job, but, man, they're being put back out on the field already. So this is going to be a tough one.
Ryan Wright with a boomer to the 32-yard line. Excellent punt. And Khalif Raymond shakes the first tackle at the point of attack at about the 30. Then he's thrust out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. 9.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Lions offense take 2. Decent field position, too. 1st and 10 from their own 33. Quick trip trivia for you. The 1989 Vikings sacked Boomer Esiason 6 times on Christmas in '89. Set a single-season franchise record of how many sacks? 64, 67, 70, or 71? The answer, 71. The defensive line coach for the Vikings that year, the late and great Paul Wiggin. That trivia is provided by Quick Trip and QuickTrip.com. Jared Goff, 10 of 14, 113 yards, and a touchdown pass to Isaac Toussaint. Make that Jahmyr Gibbs stands tall behind Jared Goff, and he gets the toss right. Jay Ward playing with his hair on fire. One of the first two to encounter him with Jonathan Allen. That's a gain of 1, making it 2nd and 9. So the great Jahmyr Gibbs, 11 carries, 29 yards.
Yeah, it's not as if they've been tearing it up in the rushing. I mean, 19 carries, 44 yards. We're doing a great job, but the Lions, because of the game being tied, are patient enough to stay with the run. They don't want to risk Goff because he is under pressure constantly as they go empty. So let's see what happens here.
2nd and 9, nobody in the backfield. 3 receivers left, 2 right. Play clock down to 2, down to 1. They get it off. Goff, short drop. Oh, here's a blitz, and here's a sack. Down goes Jared Goff. It's Theo Jackson with a sack. It's Theo Jackson with his first National Football League sack. And now it's 3rd and 18.
And that comes from the side of Penei Sewell. They had Jalen Redmond right in front of them and Theo Jackson standing there as well. And Redmond just kind of stopped. And that froze Penei Sewell and Theo Jackson right by him. So almost unblocked to the quarterback. Goff doesn't even have time, Paul, to hit some of these quick routes that are hitting underneath.
They've sacked Jared Goff 4 times. Lions 3 of 8 on 3rd down. This is the doozy.
Yeah, 3rd and long hasn't been good.
3rd and 8 from the 28. Big blitz. Van Ginkel smacks Goff, who gets it off, and he throws an interception. It's Byron Murphy Jr. Yes, sir. And he runs out of bounds at the 48-yard line. The Minnesota Vikings have turned over the Detroit Lions 3 times. And we're in the middle of the 3rd quarter. The game's tied at 7. Into the game, the Lions had 8 gives, fewest in the NFL. Now they have 11. Back shortly, Sleep Number Scoreboard, game tied at 7 from U.S. Bank Stadium. It's Vikings football.
For 40 years, Versatile Vehicles has been the trusted name in premium golf carts and personal and utility vehicles, offering expert sales, professional service, and convenient rentals for every lifestyle. Explore the finest Easy-Go models, crafted with quiet power, modern design, and advanced lithium performance. Add custom colors, premium sound, luxury seating, or accessories that make every ride uniquely yours. Experience comfort. Experience American craftsmanship. Experience 4 decades of excellence. Versatile Vehicles and Easy-Go. Arrive different.
Celebrate the magic of the season at Winter Solstice at Viking Lakes. Beginning November 21st, Winter Solstice is your destination for holiday fun and winter adventure. Experience the enchanting magic of lights, drive-through experience, gaze upon the 36-foot holiday tree, skate the plaza, cozy up at the warming house, powered by Xfinity, and save the date for the Viking Lakes Ice Festival, returning January 16th. Learn more at wintersolstice.com. That's winter, SKOLSTICE.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Smart beds start at $9.99. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today. Official sleep and wellness partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
Minnesota deserves a go-to destination for all things high school sports in our state. All the scores, the stories, the stats, live streams, social feeds, photos, personalized team pages, breaking news. One place for everything you're looking for. That's why the Minnesota Star Tribune is launching Strip Varsity. You'll find Minnesota Star Tribune journalism, Minnesota Prep Hub stats and schedules, streams, stories, and more. Strip Varsity is Minnesota's new home for complete high school sports coverage. Sign up today at startribune.com/stripvarsity.
Hey, it's Meat Sauce here. Do you think old man Marley would come over and shovel my driveway? Vikings-Lions now. Power Trip Morning Show returns Monday. Merry Christmas. Bye.
Merry Christmas, Saucy, and Merry Christmas, Minnesota Vikings fans. Welcome back to Minneapolis. Christmas Day football between the Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Game tied at 7. The Vikings are +3 in the take-give against the Detroit Lions, and now they have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 38. Middle of the third quarter, and Max Brosmer, undrafted Gopher, back to pass from under center, play action. He steps up, now he runs up the middle, flag comes in, he crosses the 40, and he tumbles to the 43. For Max Brosmer, a run of 5 yards. And for Brosmer,
have this penalty on Anzalone. Come on, one time.
All right, Sean Smith, say 34.
Holding. Defense number 23. 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
That's Rock Yuck committed a football sin.
Yeah, Rock Yassin, that's his second penalty today of holding on to Justin Jefferson, Paul. And again, it's a thing that the Lions, they're so physical in the back end. You know, they hold, they grab hips. That it's what they do. They do the best they can in the way the rules are being set up, and they're getting called a lot today.
Ty Chandler in the tailback getting his first action this season. Hand off to Ty, heads up the middle across the 50-yard line, and he's toppled at the 48. A run of 3 for Ty Chandler, 2nd and 7. Good for Ty. He's been injured all season. He was elevated recently to the practice squad. Now he's on the active roster with Jordan Mason out this game. And Ty Chandler, one of the real affable players you'll meet in his 4th year from North Carolina, Nashville, Tennessee native, 5th-round pick in 2022. He's still the tailback, offset eye right. On 2nd and 6 from the Lions 48, Brosmer play action, rolls out to the left, throws to the left, caught, first down, Josh Oliver. At the Lions 42-yard line, it's a 6, maybe, no, they're going to say the 41, 9-yard reception. First down, Brosmer and Josh Oliver.
Yeah, throwing a beautiful pass to our touchdown leader in receptions.
How about
Josh
that?
Oliver on the outside? And
wow,
you know, I tell you what, Ty Chandler, you love his speed. He looks good out there. It's just the ball security part of it. He hasn't been hit in a long, long time.
Right.
So 2 hands on the ball. Man.
Ty's pass protection has gotten a lot better over the years. He's the tailback behind C.J. Ham. Straight eye behind Max Brosmer. First down. Handoff back to Ty. Jump cut right. He's speedy. Crosses the 35. Lowers the helmet at the 32. Bursic is going to like that. He buried Alex Anzalone after a gain of 5. 2nd and 5.
Yeah, just the quickness. I mean, when they gave Aaron Jones the first handoff in the beginning of this half, you just could tell it took him a long time to make a turn and to make a cut. He wasn't 100%. So when you get someone like Chandler in who's fresh against a defense that, you know, that's played a half of football already, you might have something.
Great point. Great point. The big ones, DJ Reader and Aleem McNeil, have played a lot of snaps this year. Brosmer on 2nd and 5. Handoff Chandler. Squirts through the line of scrimmage right up the middle. Dives ahead to the 30. First down. 6-yard gain for Ty Chandler. Game tied at 7. 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And the Vikings have run 5 plays for about 31 yards, taking nearly 2 minutes of this quarter. And we have a play stoppage. Alex Anzalone slow to get up. He is the leading second leading tackler for the Detroit Lions. Their leading tackler is Jack Campbell. Anzalone assisted off the field.
Ty Chandler being physical out there because it was Anzalone that hit him first. And
Bro, you nailed it. You nailed it with the fresh leg bit. I mean, he hasn't played all season, worked his way back to just get this opportunity. And these Lions, Hutchinson, McNeil, Reader, Campbell, Anzalone, they played a ton of snaps this year. And here comes Ty, super fresh and strong.
And watch this play-action game open up now with the running game being relevant and moving the football as Malcolm Rodriguez steps in at linebacker.
First down, 1st and 10 from the Lions 31. Offset eye left, handoff Ty Chandler. He'll scoop by Derek Barnes, who recovers beautifully at the 29-yard line. That's a gain of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 8. Clock continues to run. If you're just joining us, Harrison Smith had a first quarter sack, meaning he has 21.5 in his career, and that ties in with Rondé Barber as the only 2 players in the history of the NFL with at least 38 interceptions and 21.5 sacks. That was quite the Christmas Day moment for Harrison Smith, the 14-year veteran from Notre Dame. Meanwhile, the rookie Max Brosmer goes out of the shotgun, 4-man rush, and Brosmer pumps, doesn't see anything, runs up the middle. He's tripped up at the 30, falls ahead to the 29 for a gain of 1. It's now 3rd and 8 from the Lions 29.
Now, this is 34 yards on this drive, Paul. It's the longest drive that we've had all day. And it's just too bad Brosmer wasn't able to get 2 or 3 more, because now we're stuck in third and about 9. And that's been 3 defensive linemen, linebacker rush. Brosmer has not had a lot of time in these situations so far tonight.
Third down, 3rd and 8 from the Lions 29. Minnesota 2 of 7 on 3rd down. Brosmer shotgun. Puts Josh Oliver in motion to the left. He's slot left. Outside of him, Justin Jefferson. Now joined by Jalen Naylor. Lions blitz. Brosmer tries to step up and run, but he's going to be sacked, and sacked for a 5th time. Down goes Max Brosmer. I think it was Roy Lopez who brought him down.
Yeah, he had absolutely nowhere to go with that football. All these routes were further down the field, and again, like Ben was talking about earlier, they're disguising zone and man very well. There's just nothing available. Brosmer had to pull that thing down.
Ooh, that was Quadim Muhammad along with Lopez. All right, Will Reichard, 52-yard try, right hash. Snap spot. Reichard's kick is up. Reichard's kick is good! And he kicks the Minnesota Vikings to a 10-7 lead.
How is he not in the Pro Bowl, Paul?
Ridiculous. God. He now is 10 of 12 from 50-plus and 28 of 30 on the season. 3:03 to go in the 3rd quarter. Vikings lead 10-7 on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris.
Huddle up, Vikings Nation. Don't let that Skol chant fade. Let it echo through the hallways, the bars, the stadium, and the city. Because when the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns, you'll get a free Big Mac with a purchase of $2 or more. Only in the McDonald's app. Offer valid once per person the day after the Vikings score 2+ touchdowns through 2/28/26 at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
What's the difference between banks and a credit union like Wings? One word: ownership. Banks are owned by shareholders, so profits go to shareholders. At Wings, you own it, literally. So profits are reinvested in your financial experience in the form of member-exclusive rates, robust digital services, and locations throughout Minnesota. No one likes switching, but it's time to stop missing out on the benefits of financial ownership. Visit wingcu.com/own-it. Insured by NCUA. Membership required.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
Wolves back.
Fire at the buzzer and hit it!
Hear the howl live tonight on the Minnesota Timberwolves channel on the free iHeartRadio app.
Yeah, baby!
Scoreboard Central.
Brought to you by the Minnesota Lottery. You can play the new Viking scratch game from the Minnesota Lottery for a chance to win up to $100,000 instantly. Coming up after this game, you got the Broncos at the Chiefs. Broncos so far, you got Bo Nix, 36.08 for yards on the season. 24 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. His favorite target, at least one of them, that's Sutton, who's got 69 receptions, 972 yards, and 7 touchdowns. The Chiefs are Mahomes-less, and they really have nothing more to play for. Surprising, the Broncos, one of the top teams in the NFL. Then you're looking at games coming up on Saturday. No doubt the Packers are watching this game today, as they will be hosting the Ravens coming up on Saturday. Love with 33.81 in yards so far this season, 23 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. Now back to Paul Allen.
Thank you, Mike Mussman. 3:03 to go in the 3rd quarter. Will Reichard, with a 52-yard field goal, kicks the Vikings to the lead over the Detroit Lions. Will Reichard, boom, to the west side of U.S. Bank Stadium. Tom Kennedy bobbles it 2 yards deep in the end zone. He's fast and he comes out 5, 10, 15, 20. Between the numbers and the hash marks, he's taken down at the 31. It's a return of about 31 yards for Kennedy. And by the way, for Reichard, who got snubbed for the Pro Bowl, let me get this straight. He outkicks Brandon Aubrey in a nationally televised game and doesn't make the Pro Bowl, but that for another time.
Yep.
That Vikings field goal meant another donation to Field Goals for Charity, courtesy of Innovative and Posted Brands, programs benefiting supporting NMDP, Leaders in Cell Therapy. Visit nmdp.org/Vikings to make a difference. The Vikings also had an interception earlier by Byron Murphy Jr. That activated a BOGO ball from Caribou Coffee. Tomorrow, get a buy one, get one free with promo code BOGOBALL25 in the Caribou Coffee app. For more information, visit Vikings.com/Caribou. Paying off all those sponsors today.
Yes!
Oh, there's another interception. Goff over the middle. Harrison Smith. Holy cow, Hitman. Just go ahead and steal the show. Look at Harrison Smith celebrate with all these kids. He has a sack. He has an interception. And the veteran, the Hitman, is dominating the Detroit Lions.
Harrison Smith saw that play action, and he ran the route for Amon-Ra St. Brown. He knew exactly where he was going, inside, right on the hash mark. And Harrison Smith settled in, just beat him to that spot, stepped up, and picked it off. +4 today by this Minnesota Vikings defense. I mean, it's unbelievable. 2 interceptions, 2 fumble recoveries. Man, we got to put some points on the board.
Well, consider this. The Lions only had 8 gives all season, fewest in the NFL. The Vikings have taken it from them 4 times today. Rosemer, play action, rolls out to the left, eyes down the field, throws down the field, incomplete. A rare Jordan Addison target at the 22-yard line by the boundary on DJ Reed. Incomplete, and it'll be 2nd and 10 from the Lions 42.
I was hoping we could sneak in one of these play actions with, just with how well we've been getting the running game, and especially with Ty Chandler stepping in there and getting 5, 6, 7 yards of crack. So,
I mean, you're going to hear the crowd erupt right now. They just showed on the big screens here all the young members of the Vikings defense fanning a red-hot Harrison Smith, who just had the most prideful, adorable, grateful smile on his face. Wildcat formation. Direct snap to Ty Chandler. Ty getting shifty to the right side to the 40 outside the numbers, taken down at the 38 for a run of 4 yards. That'll be 2nd and 6. Let's just chew on this for a second. Is everybody absolutely positive Harrison Smith's career's over? Honestly, his last 3 games, like you said, he's been on fire.
He's been unbelievable the last couple of weeks. I mean, early on in the season, he's late to things here and there. And I think that overrun of the 1 3rd down play to Amon-Ra, he's just been dialed in. He's been incredible.
3rd and 6 from the Lions, 38, 10-7 Vikings. About 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Brosmer facing a blitz, been sacked 6 times. He retreats, throws to the right, incomplete. He hoisted the white flag. He's been sacked 6 times. Aiden Hutchinson got him twice. Anzalone got him once. I mean, just a host of Motor City Kitties all over Max Brosmer. And here comes Will Riker.
Wow.
If he can make this field goal, he will have the most 50-yard-plus field goals in a single season in the history of Vikings football. He currently has 12, tied with Blair Walsh. This is going to be a 56-yard try right hash. Snap spot. Reichard's kick is good! Wow. Will Reichard has the most 50-yard or more makes in a single season in the history of Vikings football, and he kicks the home team to a 13-7 lead with 1:57 to go in the game. We pause. This is Minnesota Vikings football. It's time to score a touchdown with the best deck you'll ever have, and it's courtesy of TimberTech and TimberTech.com. TimberTech is #1 in premium decking. There are myriad reasons why. One is they're the leaders in design. So let them ship you free samples at no charge. Choose up to 4 decking samples to see which realistic wood styles are best for you. Start at TimberTech.com. Behold, it's TimberTech.com.
She's Jen, the ultimate Vikings fan.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show Fan Show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Vikes fans, you know the drill. Game day isn't game day without the right lineup off the field.
That's why I roll with Top 10 Liquors, the preferred liquor store of the Minnesota Vikings. Whether it's beer for the tailgate, bourbon for a celebratory pour, or even the latest seltzers, Top 10's got your game day covered. With 15 convenient metro locations, there's always a Top 10 nearby. Stock up today and make sure your next watch party feels like a win. Top 10 Liquors, more than a liquor store.
As a leader in innovative ingredient solutions, Sam Nutrition offers a unique personal touch that only a family-owned business can provide. As your trusted partner in animal nutrition, we source the highest quality ingredients, ensuring you achieve optimal results. Discover how our family values drive us to connect industries and unlock peak performance across your entire operation with Sam Nutrition. Learn more by visiting samnutrition.com. Sam Nutrition, high performance, reasonable price, a proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
He has a sack. He has an interception. And the veteran, the hitman, is dominating the Detroit Lions.
Now, back to Vikings football on The Fan.
All right, 13-7 here. Minute 57 to go in the third quarter. You want to talk about domination? Somebody who has dominated the content, production, and in-stadium operation game is in the booth with us now. His name's Brian Harper. He's the VEN boss, Vikings Entertainment Network boss, but he's also the vice president of content and production for the Minnesota Vikings. Boom. There's the Will Reichert kick. This is Brian's final game. Let's get Tom Kennedy out of the equation here. 15, 20, 25, 30. No fumble. Cool. Ben and Pete, Brian has been so instrumental to so many high-end things here with the Minnesota Vikings. He's off to work with the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Man, we love you, and we're going to miss you.
Yeah, Brian, he brought the VEN from half of a racquetball court to what it is today. And
at Winter Park.
And for the fans out there, the interaction and the ability to follow your team every day, everywhere, it's all Harper. He's the guy that designed, he's been the basis for all of that. He's what makes this team and this fan base so close.
1st and 10 for the Lions. It is 13-7 Minnesota. Hand off to the left. And taken down at the 37 is the tailback. That play basically was called like a preseason game. Brian Harper's the one that brought the TV radio simulcast to us with Fox 9 and KFAN, Ben Lieber.
Yeah, just kind of piggybacking off what Pete was saying. I mean, he's turned VEN into the premier studio and entertainment network of the whole NFL. And B. Harp, I got to thank you for it. I talked to you earlier before the game started that, thanks for everything. You've helped me out tremendously, and you've built one of the best teams in the NFL.
Handoff David Montgomery up the middle, stopped at the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 2. So, Brian, we love you. You've created so many terrific memories for so many people with the Vikings Entertainment Network, the second-to-none TV and radio studio at Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center, some of the most innovative ideas in the history of Minnesota Vikings football. Bad loss, man. We're really, really going to miss you. The Lions are 3 of 9 on third down. 3rd and 4 from their own 40 deep in the third quarter. It's 13-7. Harper's favorite team leads the Lions by 6 deep in the third quarter. Jared Goff takes the snap, facing a big blitz. He'll throw to the left side. Caught first down, Amon-Ra St. Brown. First down at the 47-yard line. That's a 7-yard connection.
And Goff, he wasn't sure where to go with that football right away, so it took him a second to kind of diagnose what was going on in front of him. The Lions have been running the football on 1st and 2nd down so much, and I think that's exactly why, because they just don't trust Goff to be throwing the football down the field.
End of the third quarter. Brian Harper, take us to break.
On the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
Thank you, brother.
For Minnesotans, whatever the season, we live outdoors. And no one knows that better than Polaris, the American power sports company. From tasks to trails or lakes to lanes, with brands like Polaris Slingshot and Ranger side-by-sides, Indy snowmobiles, and Bennington pontoons, Polaris is your partner to think outside. Polaris, proud partner of your Minnesota Vikings.
For the Vikings, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. like saving live broadcasts from lag time, helping deliver the in-stadium experience for fans with millions more around the globe, and bringing all the benefits of the cloud to your network, so it's as secure as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
This Minnesota Vikings season, touchdowns are great, but sacks are better. That's because Buffalo Wild Wings is giving away 6 free wings with a $10 minimum purchase anytime the Vikings get 2 or more sacks in a game. This Sacks for Wings promotion is valid 3 days after each qualifying game at participating Buffalo Wild Wings throughout Minnesota and surrounding areas. Get your 6 free wings on top of great drink specials, including new happy hour and late night offers throughout football season at your local B-Dubs, a preferred sports bar of the Minnesota Vikings.
Do you know who B-Flow's favorite reindeer is? Blitzen.
Huh?
Yeah, I'll send that to Rewrite and have him punch it up. Lions Vikings here on The Fan.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Vikings football.
This is Vikings-Lions on the audio home for Vikings football. FM 100.3 KFXN, Minneapolis, St. Paul, The Fan.
Merry Christmas, Minnesota Vikings fans. The Vikings lead the Lions 13-7 into the fourth quarter. Lions have the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 47. Harrison Smith, the great hitman, has a sack and an interception for all the nation to see if they're watching on Netflix or hear if they're listening to KFAN and the vast and ever-expanding KFAN Vikings audio network. Boom! Pass. Bam! He's sacked! And he dropped it! And the Vikings have turned over the Lions again! Wow, that might have been Blake Cashman on the sack.
Well, it was
Redmond on the recovery.
It was both Van Ginkel and Dallas Turner that beat both of the offensive tackles around the edges. They have either injuries or replacements, and they literally hit him at the exact same time. Ball pops loose. Vikings recover. +5 today.
Yeah.
What an unbelievable job this defense has done. I mean, you talk about hitting a stride. This has been just an incredible performance by them.
Yeah, once again, the Lions came into the game with only 8 giveaways the whole season. Through 15 games, they got 5 today. Wow. Brosmer under center. Back to pass. Straight drop for the undrafted Brosmer. Dumps over the middle. Caught Aaron Jones. Flag on the play. Gets to the 35 of the Lions. Stopped at the 34. Catch and run of 6 yards for Aaron Jones.
Hold it. Offense number 67.
Come on.
10-yard penalty. First down.
Justin School.
Yeah, we just can't get anything to work or to go offensively. I mean, we had one drive of 33 or 34 yards where we were getting the ball to Ty Chandler. And I mean, a holding penalty like this that puts you at 1st and 20 when you have an offense who has been struggling all day long. I mean, I'm trying to find exactly how many yards we have as a team right now. 70. 3/4 of a game, and we're 70 yards into it.
Now we got the lead 13-7 thanks to a couple of bomb makes by Reichard. Brosmer tried to throw the ball left. It didn't leave his hand. I mean, it just flew in the air and caught it himself at the 42-yard line, trying to go Brad Johnson on the bid against Carolina back at the -47. Probably not the right place.
Well, it's a run-pass option, and he got the number count on the outside that he wanted. The ball just slipped right out of his hand. So,
I mean,
come on, guys.
There have been 6 sacks on Brosmer. 5 takes from the Lions. 2nd and 24 from the 46 of the Vikings with a 13-7 lead. 13:50 and counting to go in the penultimate game of the 2025 season. Brosmer facing a blitz. Straight drop. Throws over the middle off the right hand of Aaron Jones. Incomplete. So now All right, Coach Bursich, what's your best 3rd and 24 play?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, with the way Reichert's kicking the football, don't be afraid to get a screen out or to get something outside and try to get 5 or 10 yards. I mean, you got to get to the 30-yard line to get the first down, but you only need to get to about the 40 to be in field goal range. So, I don't know.
Well, Reichert makes today from 56 and 52. His career long is a Vikings career long at 62. Brosmer out of the shotgun. They're going to hand it off to Jones. Sprints up the middle to the 50. Roy Lopez et al. We'll wrap him up at the 49. That's a run of 5. Just give him a try. Come on, Coach. 49-59. That'd be about a 64, 65-yard try. And discretion is the better part of valor. They're going to punt with Ryan Wright.
Yeah, well, with the defense playing the way they are, backing up the Lions' offense isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Man, we got -7 passing yards.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And we're winning. And we're +5 from supposedly the untakeable. All right, Ryan. Don't sleep on Khalif Raymond. Wright's end-over-end punt, very, very high. Sends Khalif Raymond to his left near the boundary. Turns it up to the 10, to the 15. Ivan Pace Jr. is able to knock him out of bounds with 12:55 to go in the game. On the Sleep Number scoreboard, Lions ball, Vikings lead, 13-7. Merry Christmas. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through January 4th, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
Hey, friends with food allergies. Life is about to get way easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, let's not argue. You've got enough stress. Just remember this name. Liam's. Liam's. Lee to the ums. As in Liam's frozen entrees that are free of the top 9 allergens. What? Gluten-free, too. Delicious, nutritious, ready in minutes, safe meals for you, your kids, and even those adorable people who can eat whatever they want. Liam's rocks. To find which grocer's freezers are cool enough to stock Liam's, head to saferplate.com.
All the planning, work, and preparation for the holidays. Why do we do it? In the blur of life, we can take our blessings for granted, distracted by the noise and our own interests. We gather to slow down and reflect on what truly matters, time with loved ones, and cherishing simple moments. We gather to choose gratitude. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at Shields.
For all the things you have to do and places you need to be, let Uber take you there. Because you had just one more 3 rounds ago. Because the 5 a.m. flight seemed like a good idea at the time. Because check engine lights always appear at the worst possible times. And because parking downtown is a nightmare. Because there are nights out, airport trips, and car troubles in your area, there are drivers in your area. Uber. Request a ride today. Wait time varies. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
This is Vikings-Lions on the audio home for Vikings football. KFAN, The Fan.
Now's the perfect time to score a touchdown, score the Hyundai car or SUV you've always wanted. See your Twin Cities Hyundai dealer today. Also, Vikings fans, get ready for kickoff with some pothole pizza, only a quick trip. Get numbers guy David Koob's favorite brand, Meat Sweats. Bursich loves Vikings pep rally. And it's available at US Bank Stadium. Here come the Detroit Lions, 1st and 10 with the Vikings leading 13-7. Handoff, David Montgomery to the right side, hit at the 19, stopped at the 20. David Montgomery, the Iowa State product, with a run of 4 yards. And it's 2nd and 6 for the Lions. Into the game, 8-7. Vikings 7-8. If Minnesota can win today, it will sweep Detroit for the first time since 2020 and put the Detroit Lions not only out of the playoffs, but in the cellar of the NFC North. Think about it. These teams combined for 29 wins and just 5 losses last year. Jahmyr Gibbs up the middle across the 20, and he'll be hit at the 25-yard line and stopped just shy of the first down. It's a gain of 5, so it's 3rd and short. Think about that.
Yeah, 7 losses for the Lions this year, Paul, are more than they've had in the last 2 seasons.
Wow.
Right? So, and then you're getting them to 3rd and short here. If you're Dan Campbell, you have to be fine with just handing this football off, burning the clock, and keep moving the chains, because any pass, you're risking disaster.
Lions 40% on 3rd down. Ooh, the lanky Goff goes to sneaking, and that was quite sneaky. He'll lunge up the middle for a gain of 2 and a first down, following the blocking of backup center Kingsley Egwakin, the 3rd center the Lions have had to use this year, and they'll get a first down with 11.5 minutes to go in the game. Now, the Vikings did allow their first passing touchdown in a month and a half. It was Jared Goff to Isaac Tesla in the first half. Only touchdown Buffalo's defense has allowed today. First down, toss right to Jahmyr Gibbs, and Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be tossed right down to the turf if Isaiah Rodgers is so inclined, but he did him a solid and let him stay upright as the play stopped. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. The great Jahmyr Gibbs, who has annihilated the Minnesota Vikings most of his starts during his career. He has 16 runs for 44 yards. 1 catch for 10 yards. Wow, Buffalo has done such a good job against Gibbs this year.
Yeah, he has, and don't forget, they're 0-6 when Gibbs does not score a touchdown in a game.
Jeez. It's 13-7 Minnesota, 10.5 minutes to go in the season's penultimate. Green Bay is here. A week and change from now. That one will either be on Saturday or Sunday, pending playoff implications. Handoff to Jahmyr Gibbs, heads to the right, and he gets thrown right down to the ground. The Minnesota Vikings defense has come to play once again. That is a tackle for loss, and it's Dallas Turner with the TFL. So he now has 9 of those on the season, and it's 3rd and 13.
Yeah, that's that. It's that run pass. It's that run kind of option. But you know that Goff is not keeping that football, so he didn't bite on that fake one bit. Great job by Dallas Turner.
Harrison Smith has an interception and a sack this game. Let's go ahead and add one of those off this play. Let's add it up one. As Harrison Smith retreats, Goff throws to the right, far shy of the sticks, caught by Amon-Ra St. Brown, but he was attacked by Isaiah Rodgers post-haste. Quick hitting gain of 5. Dan Campbell, he just shushed his hands to Jack Fox, just get out there and let's get this thing over with.
What's changed, Paul, is Dallas Turner is absolutely running around Dan Skipper. And on the other side of the football, Penei Sewell is obviously not 100%. So our defensive ends, Andrew Van Ginkel, Dallas Turner, they can't protect Goff long enough.
All right, be careful. Lions have nothing to lose, and Jack Fox throws. Snap. Nope, not throwing that time. Ooh, big boomer by Fox. Holy cow. Bounces inside the 5. Oh, what a great bounce for the Lions.
Are you serious?
Out of bounds at the 1.
Oh, my
That's
heaven.
like one of the great punts you're ever going to see. That is a 70-yard punt by Jack Fox, 6-year from Rice. It matches his career long. And now Max Brosmer and the Vikings get to begin at the 2. On the Sleep Number scoreboard, Vikings lead 13-7, 8:53 to go in the Christmas Day festivities on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Paul Laris.
Every team needs a top pick, and every home does too. That's why pros and homeowners choose Anderson, the #1 trusted window and door brand. Built to last through every season, Anderson makes it easy with windows and doors that perform as great as they look. So whether it's scoring style points or tackling tough weather, you can trust your home to Anderson, the official window and door partner of the Minnesota Vikings. 2024 Anderson brand surveys of U.S. contractors, builders, architects, and homeowners. For warranty info, visit AndersonWindows.com.
You're listening to Vikings football.
Officer, can I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your Twin Cities Hyundai dealer, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings. Offer ends January 2nd. Call 480-500-7931 for details.
This Minnesota Vikings season, touchdowns are great, but sacks are better. That's because Buffalo Wild Wings has given away 6 free wings with a $10 minimum purchase anytime the Vikings get 2 or more sacks in a game. This Sacks for Wings promotion is valid 3 days after each qualifying game at participating Buffalo Wild Wings throughout Minnesota and surrounding areas. Get your 6 free wings on top of great drink specials, including new happy hour and late night offers throughout football season at your local B-Dubs, a preferred sports bar of the Minnesota Vikings.
Hey Vikings fans, Ben Lieber here. Looking for a healthy place for the entire family? Well, Lifetime, the official athletic country club of the Minnesota Vikings, champions healthy, happy lives for every member of the family. My wife really enjoys the Pilates classes, and I like a good interval workout on the treadmill. With over 25 clubs in the Twin Cities area that feature 100 classes a week, spacious workout floors, a relaxing spa, healthy cafe, and so much more, families truly can do it all at Lifetime. Get your family going today at lifetime.life to find a location near you.
Hey, it's Chris Hockey. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from everybody on the Power Trip Morning Show, live tomorrow morning, 5:30 to 9, right here on The Fan.
Pete?
Yes, Paul.
So the Vikings have 3 forced fumbles today. That means they have the most of any team in the NFL as we head into, as other teams head into action after tonight. The Vikings have 18 forced fumbles this year. They've passed the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have 17. Buffalo's defense, though.
Yeah, they're definitely playing at a whole new level toward the end of this season.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 1. Let's go, Max. Handoff, Ty Chandler up the middle between the hash marks, hit at the 3, taken down at the 4, run of 3, 2nd and 7. Alex Anzalone, one of the leading tacklers for the Detroit Lions. He's out for the rest of the game with injury.
Yeah, so it might give you some opportunities in between the tackles, but we'll see. I mean, Rodriguez played quite a bit a couple seasons ago. I mean, he filled in. So they're not necessarily green at that position, but they're definitely missing. They'll miss Anzalone in coverage, that's for sure.
Straight eye behind Max Brosmer on 2nd down, 2nd and 7. Handoff, Ty Chandler hits to the left side into the awaiting arms of Malcolm Rodriguez at the 5. Ty falls ahead for a gain of 2. So that'll make it 3rd and 5. Malcolm Rodriguez missed a fair amount this year due to injury. He'll be playing the balance of the game now with Alex Anzalone out with injury. And the Minnesota Vikings are 2 of 10 on 3rd down.
Yeah, it's been a rough day on 3rd down. Defensively, that might be the only part of the game that hasn't been great. But we need to move the chains here like we need to breathe.
3rd and 5 from the 6 with the Vikings leading 13-7, the -6. Brosmer under center, Jordan Addison in motion to the left. Brosmer fades back into the end zone, and he's going to throw the ball away to the left. It falls incomplete. In fact, there's no signal on the field.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete forward pass.
Thank you.
4th down.
I'm not sure Brosmer was out of the tackle box, and there were no Vikings near that.
No, it's been amazing the entire night.
Wow.
For Brosmer, who has been good at reading quick and reading zones and doing those things. It's what he does well. Credit the Lions, Paul, with giving everything a man-to-man type of a look and not letting Brosmer get any type of a read before, as he's dropping back, because there has not been a throw that's been on time all night.
My bad. Jordan Addison was relatively close to that, so no intentional grounding needed. Ryan Wright, about 8 yards deep in the end zone, takes the Andrew DePaula snap. Very high punt by Ryan Wright. Khalif Raymond from his own 34 does the moonwalk back to the 31. Then he speeds to the 40, heads to the left side. He's so shifty, but he's taken down at the 40-yard line. C.J. Ham forced him into Ivan Pace Jr. along with Xavier Scott. And the Detroit Lions, with 7:12 to go in the game, they're trailing 13-7. They start with high-end field position. Now, they've given the ball away 5 times. The Lions came into the game with 8 gives on the entire season. Yeah. By far number 1 in the NFL. The Vikings have taken it in the season of giving 5 times today from Jared Goff and his kiddies.
Yeah, you know they told Jake Bates to go ahead and take your pads off and go in the locker room because they're not going to be they're not going to punt again tonight. I guarantee you.
All right, here's Jared Goff with a straight eye behind him. Takes the snap, play action from under center. Jonathan Allen's all over him. Nice screen left to David Montgomery. Gets to the 50, into Vikings territory to the 45, and he angles to the right where he's upended at the 42. That's a 14-yard screen gain and a first down. Now, that Lions operation right there, I mean, that's what the Detroit Lions look like with those sneaky screens.
Yeah, and it's probably the longest offensive play that we've seen in about, 45 minutes, an hour. I mean, neither offense has been able to move the football very well.
All right, Jared Goff under center, 1st and 10 from the Vikings 42. 6.5 minutes to go in the game. Takes the snap, play action to Montgomery. Ginks all over Goff, so he throws right to Montgomery. Nice tackling in open field by Byron Murphy Jr. at the 40. That's a 2-yard gain, making it 2nd and 8 from the Vikings 40.
That's a sneaky, great tackle by Byron Murphy.
Big time.
You know, and Montgomery had some time to try to put a move on, and Murphy comes up and makes a tackle, keeping it 2nd and about 8. So, one-on-one in the flat, that's what the Lions like to do, get their athletes the ball in space. But Murphy answers the bell on that one.
Byron Murphy Jr. and Harrison Smith have picked off Jared Goff today. 2nd and 8. From the Vikings 40, another handoff to David Montgomery. Grinds his way to the 35. Bunch of Lions pushing forward and push in tush-push fashion to the 31. In fact, they're going to push him to a first down with a 9-yard gain. And these Lions starting to churn a little bit here, Peter.
Yeah.
And there's a Viking down.
Theo Jackson's down.
Is it? Theo earlier in the game had a sack. That's the only sack he has in his National Football League career. That just shows you how well things going today. It is 13-7.
Yeah, hopefully this is just didn't look like anything too crazy getting the chance to see the replay. I don't know if someone landed on him when he hit the ground or not, but we'll see.
Give joy to local families in need by donating to the Salvation Army. Donate at salvationarmynorth.org. After the game, Muss with his patented post-game show. That'll include Kevin O'Connell's post-game press conference leading up to Vikings Fan Line. Merry Christmas to Nordo and Ron Johnson, your excellent Fan Line tandem. They'll take your talkbacks, your text to 64686, and your phone calls to FM 100.3 KFAM and the Vikings Audio Network. Hopefully we have some good news here, getting the Vikings to 8-8, dropping the Lions to 8-8, putting them in last place in the NFC North. And we want to welcome all you Green Bay Packers fans listening to KFAN and the Vikings Audio Network. We're trying our best to do you a solid today and bounce the Lions from the postseason and put the Packers in. Get the Vikings their 8th victory. It's the giving season, and we're here to love thy neighbor. Here's a handoff. Goes right up the middle on 1st and 10 from the 32. And it's about a 2-yard gain. Following the blocking of pulling left tackle Dan Skipper was David Montgomery. So David Montgomery, 10 runs, 25 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs, 17 runs, 41 yards. Jared Goff, 14 of 20 for 140 and a touchdown, 2 picks. Now it's 2nd and 8 from the Vikings 30. Clock continues to run. Each team with all 3 timeouts. Vikes lead 13-7. Jared Goff, shotgun, 2 receivers, left, 1 right. Goff fires quickly to the right side. Ooh! Jalen Redmond almost had an interception on the old defensive lineman drop. 3rd and 8 from the 30. Jalen Redmond, you are so good.
Just doing a great job of getting in the lane and just getting his hands up. Both he and Andrew Van Ginkel. Harrison Smith blitzing off the edge. And that's the look that our defense is giving them. Blitzing off the edge, dropping the inside guys in the middle in the throwing lanes to stop that quick throw. Fantastic job by our defense.
Lions 5 of 12 on 3rd down. Goff back to pass, throws left, ball's batted at the line of of scrimmage and does not get to the receiver in one piece. Khalif Raymond, the intended receiver, that was like catching a knuckleball, and he couldn't bring it in. So the Vikings defense comes up big again. It comes up B-flow big again. And now Jake Bates, second year from Arkansas, he's going to try a long field goal. This will be 47 yards, maybe 48. 48 yards right hash.
Harrison Smith on that pass breakup. So
wow, he has 2 today.
Yeah, he's been all over.
48-yard try right hash. 4:44 to go in the game. Jake Bates. Snap spot. Bates. Kick. Good. 4.5 minutes to go in the game. Vikes lead 13-10 on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
She's Jen, the ultimate Vikings fan.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show Fan Show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Eagan, Minnesota is the proud home of the Minnesota Vikings, and it's also the ultimate destination for fantastic fun. Eagan features over 100 unique restaurants and amazing attractions, such as Twin Cities Premium Outlets and the Vikings Museum. And when you stay in any of Eagan's 19 incredible hotels Thursday through Sunday and pick your package, you'll receive 2 free tickets to the Vikings Museum. Other great offers are also available. For complete details, visit enjoyegan.com. That's enjoyegan.com.
Boom! Kick! Touchback Felton. Ben on the sideline.
Yeah, I just want to talk about that last play with Harrison Smith, and boys, he had an awesome day. But what happened is, what a vet move. It was an outside blitz. He was an edge rusher off the edge. Everything got very cloudy. Realized he wasn't going to get to the quarterback, so he folded back to the inside to find some green grass and a little daylight. Then he saw Goff getting ready to throw, gets his hands up and tips the ball. And it's just another one of those vet-savvy plays where if you're not going to make it there on the blitz, find a way to make an impact.
Are we sure Harrison Smith is retiring at the end of the year, Ben?
I'm not sure right now.
Honestly, this is amazing. He has 3 passes to fence today. All right, 1st and 10 for the Vikings, trying to milk this lead and milk the clock. Aaron Jones back in the game, gets the call, heads to the right side, no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. If you could just get a couple of first downs here, I mean, you're going to salt this thing away.
Yeah, and that's exactly right, Paul. With the 4:19 left to go in this football game, if you can just keep this Lions defense on the field, because I don't think their offense, I mean, getting down the field, passing the football, they haven't been able to do it all day with keeping Goff, upright. So we're not asking for much here, just a couple first downs.
4 minutes to go in the game, 2nd and 10 from the Vikings 35. Justin Jefferson in motion to the right. Max Brosmer calls a timeout. Play clock was down to 2. So the Vikings have 2 timeouts remaining. The Lions have 3. And Minnesota leads 13-10. This is the second of 3 games today. Christmas Day football. For an update from Scoreboard Central, here is Main Man Muss.
Thank you, PA, and it's brought to you by U.S. Bank, the official bank of the Minnesota Vikings. A couple of key games that are going to be coming up this weekend. On Sunday, the Bills will host the Eagles. The Bills sitting at 11-4. The Eagles desperate to get a win here, 10-5 for their season. And another big game, you got the Patriots taking on the Jets. Not that huge, but Seahawks-Panthers, that's going to be a good one on Sunday. Back to PA.
How about the Panthers leading the NFC South? All right, Brosmer takes the snap. It's a trick play, and here comes Jordan Addison, steaming to the 40, to the 30, down to the 5, close to the end zone. No signal. Touchdown! Jordan Minnesota Vikings, and they've extended the lead to 19-10. That is a 65-yard run by Jordan Addison, longest of his career, second rushing touchdown, and like Superman, he left his feet to get into the end zone, and the Vikings have a 2-score lead.
Oh, it was the perfect play against man-to-man coverage because DJ Reed collapsed down. I believe it was on Jalen Naylor. And by the time Reed even knew what was going on, then, Jordan Addison was already past him. So it was a perfect call against man-to-man defense.
Reichert. Yes. Will Reichert hits the extra point. My man Will Reichert snubbed by Brandon Aubrey for the Pro Bowl, even though we outkicked him on Sunday Night Football a couple of weeks ago. 68 of 68 lifetime from with those extra points. No. Jordan Addison on a jet sweep touchdown, and the Vikings have a 20-10 lead.
Well, I was happy that Addison got in there because that would have been a 61 or 60-yard run without a touchdown. And he also had don't forget, he had an 81-yard pass reception earlier this year against the Pittsburgh Steelers and didn't get into the end zone. Right. So it's great for Addison to finally finish that thing off. But again, the perfect play at the perfect time. By the time DJ Reed knew what was going on, if that was zone, that would have been a dead play. But because it was man-to-man and Reed had his eyes on his coverage, not on who had the football, he was left in the dust.
Merry Christmas, Vikings fans. Your favorite team has opened a 20-10 lead, 3:43 to go in the game. And even though the Minnesota Vikings are not playoff bound, just look at these wonderful fans and all of the joy you're experiencing today. You're wonderful. God bless all of you and Merry Christmas.
Oh, man, they're throwing babies up here.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
This is just so beautiful.
People enjoying their Christmas, I'll tell you that.
I've never felt so good to get fooled by a play in my life. Honestly. Yeah. I mean, look, Amik Robertson has been left in the wake of a keen turn of speed by Jordan Addison. Sweet. 20-10 Minnesota. Feels like it's over. The way B-Flow's defense has defended. Boom. There's Reichert's kick. Tom Kennedy takes a knee 3 yards deep in the end zone. That's for Jared Goff, and the Detroit Lions will take it after the touchback, heading out, trailing now by 2 scores. Goff 14 of 22, 140 yards and a touchdown. Man, he's been stuck on 140 yards for an hour.
Yeah, here's a guy that comes in fifth. He's number 2 in the NFL with a 109.4 passer rating, and he's at 58.9 right now. Wow. This Vikings defense has absolutely shut him down.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, a non-factor, in motion to the right. Jared Goff, hearing it from U.S. Bank Stadium and the best fans in the NFL, takes a low snap, steps away from Dallas Turner, fires to the right. Caught at the Vikings 45-yard line. Jamison Williams, Blake Cashman, and Theo Jackson trying to throw him down, but decided discretion's the better part of valor there. Ain't no reason to make that man rehab in the offseason. 22-yard gain, first down. Goff, shotgun. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Jahmyr Gibbs stands up next to Goff, facing another blitz, throws right, incomplete. Harrison Smith came in and changed it. Harrison Smith is changing every facet of the last 3 games, and he can't retire. He just can't.
Yeah, I tell you what, he had actually to put some arm sleeves on with all the turf burn. He's got to take a shower after this one. He's definitely played this entire game, and Flores has talked about the leeway that he gives him and how he's a coach out on the field, and it's starting to show today.
2nd and 10 from the Vikings 43, 3:11 to go in the game, 20-10 Minnesota. 2 receivers left and right. Gibbs to the left of Jared Goff, takes the snap, facing another blitz, fires hot over the middle, incomplete. He led Amon-Ra St. Brown just a little too far. Why? Because he's been bludgeoned like 7 times, and he's a veteran, and he had to throw it away, and now it's 3rd and 10.
That ball might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage by Van Ginkel.
Wow.
And that's the razor's edge with Goff that you live on. Is you're saying, I'm going to get to you and knock you down and make you inaccurate. And that's it. That play right there was a microcosm of this entire game.
It's 3rd and 10 for the Lions. 5 of 13 on 3rd down. Jared Goff, 3 receivers left, 1 right. Jahmyr Gibbs to his left. Oh, it's a bad snap. It went off the right hand of Goff, and the Gink is on fire. Oh, Andrew Van Ginkel, so good.
It's a backwards pass recovered by Minnesota.
Wow, the Vikings have turned over. How about this? The Lions into the game, only 8 giveaways the whole season. The Vikings have taken it from the Lions 6 times today.
That's crazy. Goff just can't handle the snap, and it looked like he had fallen on top of it, but never gained possession, and Van Ginkel just reaching right in there and pulling that thing out. What a brilliant play by Andrew Van Ginkel on a bad snap. You got to credit the fans, Paul, for everything that they've done today, because that quarterback snap. I mean, they botched a quick snap earlier today. Now you get a bad snap on that one. I mean,
Minnesota has been confirmed. 1st down, Minnesota.
Yes, it has.
Wow.
Thank you, Sean Smith. The Minnesota Vikings +6 in the take-give over the Detroit Lions. It's the giving season, and holy cow, have the Lions lived up to the billing.
Oh, this offense averages 378.7 yards a game tonight, 196. And 6 turnovers. I mean, this defense is just taking it to the Lions.
Most recently for the Vikings, they got a jet sweep to Jordan Addison, went 65 yards. Max Brosmer still in search of his first National Football League touchdown. Let's go ahead and get it. Handoff Aaron Jones left side across the 45 to the 43, falls to the 42. That's a gain of 3 yards, making it 2nd and 7. 3 minutes to go in the game. And the Lions are going to stop the clock for the first time. This will be their first of 3 timeouts. Brosmer, 0 touchdowns in his brief National Football League career. This is Max's 2nd start. He's playing in his 6th game, and he's yet to throw a touchdown or run for a touchdown. I mean, it would just be a perfect way to cap this game. If Brosmer could hit Jefferson for a touchdown, it would be Max's first, and then Jefferson would crack Randy Moss's record with the most receiving yards of anybody in the first 6 years of the NFL.
No, you're absolutely right about that, but, barring a huge mistake, I don't know if the Lions can get back into this one, so that'd be risky.
Yeah, the Vikings are 7-8. Just chuck it up to J.J. Jefferson here. Handoff. Aaron Jones, right side, hit pretty hard by Jack Campbell and Malcolm Rodriguez. Late on the scene, Daniel Thomas, 2-yard gain. And that'll be another timeout taken here. So the Lions have 1 timeout remaining and the 2-minute timeout. It is 20-10 Minnesota. Harrison Smith had a sack earlier in the game, meaning he has 21.5. Ty and Rondé Barber is the only 2 players in the history of the NFL with at least 38 picks and 21.5 sacks. Will Reichert has hit a couple of field goals from 50 or beyond, meaning he has the most 50-plus makes in a single season in Vikings history, passing Blair Walsh, who had 10 in 2012. And now Will Reichert has 11. And in maybe the most amazing thing we've seen all season, the Lions came into the game with 8 giveaways. The Vikings have taken it 6 times. 6 times they've taken it from the Lions. They're +6 in the take-give. Let's go. 3rd and 5 from the Lions 40. Brosmer under center, play action. Here's a big rush. Throws it to the left. Caught by Jefferson at the 30-yard line. That's a 10-yard gain and a first down for the Minnesota Vikings. That means Justin Jefferson is just 3 yards from passing Randy Moss for the most receiving yards by anybody through their first 6 years in the National Football League. And he also is 59 yards shy of joining Moss and Mike Evans as only one of 3 with at least 1,000 yards their first 6 seasons. That got a first down. Clock continues to run. Mr. Campbell, Dan Campbell, has just 1 timeout remaining, trailing by 10. Brosmer. Handoff Aaron Jones up the middle. Malcolm Rodriguez, who has some tackling machine to him, came surging through, brought down Aaron, and that's the 2-minute timeout. Vikes 20, Lions 10. Back shortly on the KFAM Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris.
Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings are teaming up to put you in the ride of your dreams. Picture this. You behind the wheel of a brand new 2025 Ford Bronco Big Bend. Nice picture. Make it happen. Stop by your local Quick Trip, and for every dollar you spend using Quick Rewards, you'll earn a point to spend in the Vikings Fan Zone. Buy special qualifying products and earn bonus Fan Zone points. Kick off your winning season the right way with Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings. Details at quicktrip.com/fanzone.
Hi, I'm Amy Hockert with Fox 9. Have you downloaded Fox Local yet? Fox Local is how you stream Fox 9 on your TV or your phone for free. You can watch all of our newscasts.
Wake up with Fox 9.
Original programming.
Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace.
And all your Gopher and Viking shows.
And welcome back to Vikings Game Day Live.
So download Fox Local on your TV or your phone and stay connected to Fox 9 with Fox Local for free.
Vikings fans, meet the MVP of flavor, the Humble Goat. Our cranberry cinnamon goat cheese earned second place in the World Champion Cheese Contest, and our plain goat cheese just scored second at the American Cheese Society Awards. Smooth, creamy, healthy, and perfect for game day and every day. Find the Humble Goat cheese at your local store, and don't forget, Humble Goat protein powder is fueling fans everywhere. Available now on Amazon. World class and Minnesota proud.
Ready? Set! TCO for when the Minnesota Vikings need the best sports medicine available.
Ready? Set!
TCO for partnering with more schools and communities.
Ready? Set!
TCO for more urgent care locations ready to go. Twin Cities Orthopedics. Ready, set, TCO. Learn more at tcomn.com.
When football season kicks off, everything else takes a backseat to sports convenience. That's sports convenience. Running errands? Not sports convenient. Cooking dinner? Not sports convenient. But shopping online is now extra sports convenient thanks to Pays, a fast online checkout offered by banks and credit unions. With Pays, there's no typing in card numbers at checkout, and cards stay in one place, so you don't have to leave the couch. In the name of sports convenience, try Pays today. Learn more at paze.com.
The Gopher football team closes the season against New Mexico in the Rate Bowl, Friday at 3:30 on the audio home of the Gophers, KFAN.
2 minutes to go in the game. Vikings lead 20-10. We have a Covenant cleanup here momentarily. On second down, handoff to the right side. Aaron Jones Jr. stopped. Make that Aaron Jones Sr. stopped at the 29. No game. Lions use their final timeout. Here's the Covenant cleanup. Justin Jefferson, 4 catches, 30 yards, officially has passed Randy Moss for the most receiving yards by anybody through their first 6 years. Justin has 8,378 yards. HOF Randy Moss, 8,375. Covenant clap for Justin Jefferson. Man, it's been a grind for him this year, but he got that number, didn't he?
Absolutely. The injuries, and then this year with the quarterback situation, but you know, he's it just shows to show you what he did his first 4 seasons.
Yep.
And how dominant he was. And, you know, hopefully next year he'll be back on track.
6 turnovers for the Lions. First time since 2015 for them. Third down, handoff Aaron Jones. Wraps those strong arms around the football. Falls ahead to the 25. Falls ahead to the 24. Just driving Lions. Gain of 5 on 3rd and 9. Lions cannot stop the clock. Now, the Vikings are going to win. They're going to improve to 8-8. The Lions will fall to 8-8, meaning the Lions have gone into last place in the NFC North. And the Green Bay Packers officially have made the playoffs due to this Vikings victory. It is the giving season, and it's the love thy neighbor portion of the equation. So congratulations to Green Bay. Now, right after the game, we're going to do our very best to have Ben Lieber run up to Harrison Smith and get an exclusive interview on KFAN and the Vikings Audio Network. We do have some Netflix clompability taking place here. So, I mean, if anybody can run up to Hitman and get a quick interview before Netflix rolls in with Snoop Doggy Dogg and everything, it's Nacho Lieber. But if we don't get it immediately, do stick around because Ben Lieber is going to chat with Harrison Smith, who joined Rondé Barber as one of 2 players in NFL history with at least 38 interceptions and 21 and a half sacks. Hitman has a pick, and he also has a sack today. He has 3 passes defense, block shots, as Kevin O'Connell would call them. Will Reichert walking into the game. He has a couple of makes today of 56 and 52 yards. That means he has the most makes of 50 yards or more in a single season in Vikings history. And this one will be 42 yards right hash to the east side of U.S. Bank Stadium. Winter whiteout Christmas Day football in Minneapolis. Snap spot. Reichert's kick is up, and it's good. And on a whiteout Christmas, the Minnesota Vikings are in the black with a 23-10 lead and a minute 4 to go in the game.
Yeah, Paul, I mean, once you get a chance to step back and digest this offensively, just a huge struggle. I'm sure it's not anywhere near what Kevin O'Connell envisioned, but defensively, what a dominating performance. We knew we were going to have to get a great effort out of the defense to slow down this Detroit Lion offense that came into this game number 3 in the league in yards, like 3rd in the league in yards, and points scored. They're 2nd. They averaged over 30.1 points per game to hold this team, this offense, to 190 yards at the moment, and only 10 points. That's just a fantastic job. Yeah, the Lions are nicked up. I mean, they lose Decker before their starting left tackle before the game, and I mean, still the defense stepped up huge. They've been playing well for the last couple of weeks. I mean, just great to see.
Yep, God bless all of you. All right, as the high-powered Lions continue to melt like frosty on Christmas Day, a joyous U.S. Bank Stadium heading into a Christmas Thursday night in a very, very good mood. What a very happy and joyous crowd this has been today. It's been an absolute treat to be part of this. And Will Reichert's kick goes out of the end zone. Minute 4 to go. And the Detroit Lions, trailing 23-10, bring the offense onto the field. Once again, we are going to have an interview with HOF to be. He should be in the Hall of Fame one day, Harrison Smith. Ben Lieber's going to run him down. Be about the only one to get hands on or catch Harrison Smith today, because the Lions certainly couldn't do it. And Jared Goff still in the game. Jahmyr Gibbs to his right. 1 touchdown for the Detroit Lions. First half, Goff to Isaac Tasslaw. Goff back to pass, straight drop, throws right, caught at the 42-yard line. And the aforementioned Tasslaw from Arkansas speeds for a 16-yard gain. That was a nice pick by them. Isaac Tasslaw, the rookie from 3rd-round pick from Arkansas, man, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's done a lot. He had a touchdown last week against the Steelers. He's done a good job.
Blitz on Goff, throws left, caught, nope, dropped, 42-yard line. They were looking for Tasslaw, and he was make that Amon-Ra St. Brown hit hard by Byron Murphy Jr. Amon-Ra St. Brown a little slow to get up here. Byron Murphy Jr. had 0 interceptions, 18 consecutive games until we went to East Rutherford, New Jersey last week. Then he got his first this season, came back and got another one today.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, Byron Murphy back in the day would have just decapitated Amon-Ra St. Brown, so he didn't really hit him that hard. But the ball coming out so quickly allowed him to get a great break and big hit. Now, I don't know how you had it drawn up, Paul, but to have the Bears win the division and then the Lions finishing last,
right?
I just don't. I don't think a lot of people had it looking that way. And
well, there's a common thread there. Coach Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
He leaves the Detroit Lions. I mean, he's phenomenal at what he does, specifically with that run game coordinating. Goes to the Bears. They're winning dramatic games against everybody, including Green Bay last Saturday night. Yeah. And then John Morton is the offensive coordinator, the new guy for the Detroit Lions. We go there November 2nd, and whatever beat flow in the Vikings defense did, Campbell got so frustrated, stripped Morton of his play calling duties.
Yeah.
And Johnson, though.
Right, and it hasn't necessarily been smooth sailing for the Lions since then. And for the Lions, they have to figure out how to protect Goff, and the way they did it in years past, Paul, is exactly how you said. They ran the football as well as anybody in the league, right? When you have David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, who I think going into this game, I think they've had 14 times that the two of them have both scored a touchdown in a game.
Wow.
The only ones close to them are Emmitt Smith and Daryl Johnston. I mean, that's how good this running back duo is for the Lions, and they just have kind of gotten away from it. They've lost their magic sauce, if you will.
You know what, though? I mean, one of the most underrated stories in the NFL, because the Vikings are going to improve to 8-8. Okay, so it's a 7-8 team. Is the Vikings defense led by Brian Flores? That's 6 games in a row with no passing touchdowns. That ended today. But the Lions had 8 giveaways all year. Buffalo's defense took it 6 times today.
Yeah, it's an amazing. We're 5th in the league, and after this game, we're going to be up even higher.
And the Vikings have the most forced fumbles of any team in the NFL. It's absolutely one of the best defenses in the NFL. Not getting discussed about a lot because of the team's record. And they focus on a 13-yard gain somehow for the Bears to the 30. I make that the Lions to the 35 because of the Bears' resurgence to potentially win the NFC North. Got the Carolina Panthers leading the NFC South. You got the Denver Broncos winning $1 million in a row before Jacksonville came to town. So there's some significant stories. I understand it. But the Minnesota Vikings defense with the likes of Eric Wilson on a series of one-year deals.
Amazing.
Like 17 tackles for loss. It's just such a phenomenal job done by the Minnesota Vikings defense, led by Harrison Smith really the last month. We're going to try to run down Harrison Smith here and get a quick interview with Ben Lieber. Final score, Minnesota wins 30-10. Well, Nacho made fast time out there for the Hitman. All right, here we go. Ben Lieber and Harrison Smith down on the field following the Vikings' 8th victory this year.
All right, appreciate it, PA. All right, Harry, how about this stat line for you? 3 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 1 interception, 1 sack, and you had 3 PBUs. And finally, after weeks of talking about this, you joined Rondé Barber as the only defensive players in NFL history with at least 38 interceptions and 21.5 sacks. How does it feel?
It's pretty awesome to be mentioned with a guy like that in Rondé, but today was one of the best defensive performances as a unit I've ever been a part of. Guys were flying around, we were having fun, and that's what it's about.
Well, that's 2 games now. You guys put on a clinic the first time you played them in Detroit. You put on a clinic again today. So what was working?
Explosive, can catch the ball. He's a good all-around football player.
And the tight end group, they started 3 tights on Sunday. That group as a whole, when you go Ingram, Troutman, and Adkins, what about that crew?
Yeah, they've got depth for sure, and they got after us a little bit last time we played them. So had some big plays, and we'll have a close eye on them for sure today as we go forward.
And Sutton, seems like that's where Nix likes to go. He got us in the first game when we had him back deep, 3rd and 15. But Sutton in his game and what we have to do to slow him down.
Yeah, another good player, good size, strength. Quarterback likes him, obviously. But it feels like he can put it up and he can go up and make a play. And so our guys have got to play aggressive against him. And, that's his game, and that's got to be your game in return.
And finally, the question, the effort from our guys like Bolt, Chris, Tranquil, guys that they're playing like we're playing in the Super Bowl tonight.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They're not going to slow down. They're disappointed in what's taking place, but